travelling and exploring the whole of the UK has been a huge passion of mine for many, many years, which is why I live in this van that I converted into a camper van. 100 days ago, I completely quit my job in pursuit of pure, utter freedom. This is those 100 days. We're going to show you all the highs, the lows, everything from the loneliness all the way up to the excitement. But what better way to start this whole adventure than in the Scottish Highlands? Welcome to Glen, where we're going to start this adventure and road trip up to the Isle of Skye. The Isle of Skye is one of those places that's been on my bucket list for years. With just about 3 months worth of money in my back pocket, let's leave the King's House Hotel and start the trip. You just wait until you see some of the views and the scenery that we've got to go through. It's absolutely mind-blowing. And plus, I've never been further north than Fort William or just round the corner. So it's going to be a new experience for me too. You're going to get raw emotion. It's going to be mental. Some not so good sights. I mean, Jimmy Savile's old house is down here. Just look at that for the view down into the Glencoe Valley. That is absolutely mind-blowing. We're coming up to the Three Sisters. That looks absolutely... words can't describe it. It's just breathtakingly beautiful. It's so dramatic and just amazing. But by God, does it look busy up here. Something tells me when I get up into Skye, it's going to be mental busy up there too. I think there's a cracking little viewpoint just down here. Let's see if we can get into it. No, that's full. It's all good. There's a few more further down the road. Let's hope we can try and get into one of them. Just down here, and this lay-by on the right-hand side is closed. Let's try and get in on the left. This is the meeting of the three waters. Can we get in? I'm going to try. Oh, yes. This is where three waterfalls meet into one plunge pool. All the rain off all these mountains all into one pool. I've always just stood on that bridge to get my pictures, but I've seen so many people come walking up here to have a go. So I thought I'd come for a walk up. The weather's beautiful, so why not? Oh, I don't want to get too close to the edge, but here we go. Are you ready? Whoosh. You've got one waterfall coming down there, one coming from down there, and there's one from just down here as well. If you follow the rivers up, just like those people up there, they're actually little plunge pools all the way along the river. But that's the big one all the way down there. From the bridge, this is what it looks like. It's well nice, isn't it? Proper nice. Just coming up on the right hand side, you can see that white building. I'll go a bit slower. You can probably see some of the actual writing that's on that wall. Some of the graffiti that people have left on there. It's a diabolical place, but guess what? You will not believe how many different times people have put planning permission in to get that knocked down and changed into something else, anything else. But no, it's a listed building and apparently it's got to stay there. But there is a glimmer of hope. That's been going on now for like 40 odd years or however long it's been. The glimmer of hope is there is a planning permission thing in at the moment, and it's looking very positive for that one. Basically just to keep it looking natural, totally flatten it, clean it all off, and then rebuild on top of it, but keeping it within standard to every other building that's around. Just look at that up there. How magical is that? But if I were you, I'd just get used to the fact of me going, wow, look at that, isn't that magical? Wow, look, do you know what I mean? It's one of those road trips, this road, the A82 through Glencoe, blows my mind. No matter how many times I come down here, no matter whether I come down in a camper van, a motorbike, a truck, it just blows my mind every single time. Because I'm going Skye, I've never been there before, don't know where the garages are, so I may as well fuel up while I can. And we'll just zip that straight up. Shut that. 58 quid. That's a full tank, so that should do me for around about 400 miles. I'm going to have a quick nip over towards Fort William and then slowly pass through there, stopping off at a few different viewpoints on the way, heading up towards Skye. Why am I wearing sunglasses when it's like raining? Well, how can it still be dead bright and raining at the same time? I can't wait to get over to Skye. There's waterfalls that run off cliffs into the sea. Sometimes when there's a big wind, the waterfall goes back up. It's quite amazing, that is. Then you've got stuff like the wildlife. You can go up onto Neast Point, which gives you a cracking view of the sea. That's the place where you're most likely to see like minke whales, basking sharks, dolphins. That'll be absolutely amazing. We're going to have cliffside park-ups. It's just going to be absolutely breathtaking. I really hope it lives up to my expectations. I really do. Just pulled over for a second to let a car, I was stuck behind a car for about 20 miles and it was frustrating me a bit, so I just let him go. I've pulled over, but this gives me a good shout to show you Loch Leheny. I think that's how it's pronounced, but just look at how beautiful it is. Again, I said it, look how beautiful it is. There's seals and everything in there. I took a boat cruise once with Danielle and we actually saw all the seals messing around. It was beautiful. They got like salmon farms out there and everything. If you ever get a chance to do a river cruise around there, it's called the Seal Tours and you get it down in Fort William and it takes about 2 hours. But it does like a massive circular all the way around Loch Leheny. You can see deer over the other side, big stags. You can see the seals that are down on the rocks down here. It's just really, really good. I don't know whether it's cheap or not. It cost us 50 quid for 2 people for a 2-hour cruise around the loch. I thought that was quite good value and it really was actually quite good. There it is, driving along the banks of Loch Leheny. You know when someone says, I know a spot, and it's normally not that great, or it's a hidden one that's like, wow, well this is neither of them, but guess what? I do know a spot. Cracking view of Ben Nevis if the clouds clear, and we've got the boat to Cole and the Caledonian Canal. We're only going to spend 10 minutes here just because I want to show you the boat with the cracking view behind of Ben Nevis. Yeah, I definitely know a spot. There's the van park behind. There's the Caledonian Canal with Loch Leheny over there and Ben Nevis, the highest mountain in the UK up there. Granted, it's currently in the clouds, but you wait till you see what else we've got. Let's see if we can get over the loch. It looks like a couple of boats are coming through it as we speak, but there is a path going over. Let's go. Ah, yes. Ooh, 3 at a time. That's the Caledonian Canal, runs from Inverness down to here. Through a little cutout in the trees, the wind's picking up. Just look at that. With Ben Nevis up in the clouds, but still, wow, that is insane. It's the first time I've seen it without kids jumping up all over it, but still, it's quite cool, isn't it? It was so nice and peaceful, just sat there enjoying the peace and quiet, watching the boats come through the locks. Then the noise changed dramatically for the better. Another great asset to the Highlands is the Jacob Bite train. This runs over the Harry Potter Bridge, the Glen Viaduct. It's fascinating. Ooh, parts of the Ben are just coming into view out of the clouds right now. What a way to spend a good half an hour, just watching the boats come through, the trains, watching the clouds move over Ben Nevis. There's a Commando Memorial about 20 minutes away. I'm going to nip down there. That's on the way to where we're going. And yeah, I still don't know where I'm going to sleep tonight. All I'm doing is zooming into Google Map on the road, going across it and going, oh, what's that? And just going down there to have a look. Oh, wow, is that it? That looks, the view is going to be amazing behind this. Oh my God. What? Oh, the Nevis Range looks, there's still snow up there, there's ice. This is, oh, yes, this looks breathtaking. Oh my God, are you ready for this? Like, there's a mountain piece up there and it looks like it's always been in the shade because it's still frozen. The Commando Memorial. Definitely come and pay this a visit. Wow. But just look at the view. All frozen up solid up there still. That's your Nevis Range over there. Ben Nevis still in the clouds in memory of the officers and the men of the commandos who died in World War II. Oh, the country was their training ground. Thank you, lads. And ladies, because let's face it, the ladies were just as important. This is the area of remembrance. So I'm going to leave you for a second. Bloody hell, when I come in 10 minutes ago, it was dead. Ooh, that was eye-opening. Really eye-opening. There were memorials, not for corpse or anything like that, for individual people, old and new. 22-year-old kid. 22-year-old kid. Killed in Afghanistan, 2006. Loch Lochy viewpoint, 12 minutes away. Let's go. Welcome to the furthest I've ever come north, and for every minute that passes, I'll be going a further mile north. Not a bad little viewpoint. There's the van. Woof. There is Loch Lochy. How cool is that? But do you want some interesting facts about Loch Lochy? It follows a nearly direct line between the whole of Scotland, starting down at Loch Leheny, down there, Loch Lochy here, Loch Ness further up, and it completely divides the Highlands from the South Highlands, I would guess. It follows a major geological fault line. So see all these mountains just here, over there, since the Bronze Age, they have moved 200 kilometres that way. I only know that because it said it on the board back there. And it's called the Great Glen. Don't know about you, but I find that quite fascinating, to be fair. I mean, literally, all these mountains were once 200 kilometres that way. That means the top end of the Highlands is basically constantly moving down. Next stop is about 22 minutes down the road. West Gerry Glen viewpoint, another viewpoint. There's a sign, Glengarry viewpoint. From what I can see driving up, we're high, but I don't think we're a viewpoint high, or everything else around us, like all the trees and stuff are higher. But I don't know, we'll go check it out. There's a stone over there. I mean, yeah, it's nice, but I can't really see much. Then again, oh, it looks like steps. No, not today. Ooh, there we go. A little salmon farm going on. Loch Gerry. Next stop, you'll never guess what it is. It's another viewpoint. I'm just following Google Maps and seeing what it pins up on the route and just going on it. This one is Loch Cloney. Loch Cloney viewpoint, 12 minutes. I just had to pull over and show you that view. I think Google Maps kind of duped me a little bit. I went 300 yards down the road and there was another viewpoint and it was absolutely breathtaking. It was full of vans, so I couldn't really pull in, but it was beautiful. Okay, I've done it again. I pulled over before I should have done, but there's a path there. So I'm going to go up just a little bit and show you the view behind the van. It's cool. Are you ready? Are you steady? I'll start over there. I mean, oh, just look. Oh, just wow. I'm proper loving this. This is absolutely awesome. I need to stop doing this, pulling over into random spots, because I'm getting hungry and I'm still about 50 miles away from sort of the area that I want to park at tonight. God, this is awesome. Now here's one for you. Loch Cloney. That's what this one's called. It's absolutely mind-blowing. And it looks like you can easily get down, so I'll show you the dam that's that side too. There's your dam wall just down there. It looks pretty clear water looking at it down there, but wow, that is mind-blowing. I think this is actually a reservoir, but it's normally like all the way up here. I only say that because there's a dam wall. Can you guess what the next stop's going to be? You'd be wrong. It's not a viewpoint, kind of. It's a waterfall. I don't think it's a big one, but it's I can't pronounce it. 17 minutes away. Promise, I'm not going to stop in between. 17 minutes away, that's it. Just look at that for a view. How many times have I said that in this video now? It looks medieval, that's what it is. I've been trying to put my finger on it. This is how I imagine medieval times to be. I mean, obviously a little bit more smoggy and stuff like that, but, and without this obviously smooth road, it's just, oh, I've got to say it again, it's absolutely breathtaking. This is the A87. It's absolutely beautiful. I missed the waterfall. I was too busy gawking at the view, and then it just went past me. Looked down at me, sat nav, and it went, turn around in 7 miles and go, no, not today, mate, not today. So I'm going to make a beeline for Skye and try and find somewhere to pull up on the way. But we need to try and find somewhere to park up between here and Skye. I've just seen a sign that says feral goats for 2 miles. I'm trying to find a spot that's not a lay-by on the side of the road, not a viewpoint where cars are going to be pulling in all night. To be fair, there's not that much traffic out on the road, but I know for a fact that trucks, they start early round here. I'm looking forward to parking up and getting some food, but I don't know what to actually cook. I'm in a bit of dilemma, so to speak. I went about 10 miles and I finally found like a pull-in lay-by thing. Everywhere that I passed, and I'm talking 10-15 places, was full. But I have pulled into this spot. Now, this is the only spot that was available in this big lay-by, because there's vans in front and behind and cars for B&Bs. We do have a problem. But do the problems outweigh the benefits? That's what I'm trying to figure out. Number one, that's basically the sea. So I can like get the binoculars out, try and keep eyes out for like, I don't know, dolphins and seals and stuff like that. But I am pretty close to a road that is only 40 miles an hour. But there's a big problem that's not quite a problem just yet. If we step outside, cracking view, like banging view. Down there you've even got the Skye Bridge. But that. I'm parked right next to the litter bins. Wouldn't be a massive issue. But it says for general waste and dog waste only. What do I do here? I'll figure that out after some food, because I am Hank Marvin. Air fryer's out. Got some chicken dippers, solely because I want chicken wraps. Got to be healthier than pizza and chips, really, hasn't it? The taste test. Why am I so scared? But look. Oh, wow. It's actually a really, really nice park. You can see the bridge going to Skye over there. Food was amazing. The washing up's done. I've made myself a cup of tea. I think we should go for a little walk. I'm thinking we should go and see if we can get around there. Look how crystal clear the water is. It's just beautiful. Paddleboarding Loch, maybe? Look at the size of the oysters you get up here. It's insane. I've seen herons, otters, everything. No dolphins yet though. I've not really found much. I'm currently now walking along the sea. I'm dying to see like dolphins or basking sharks. Anything like that would be absolutely amazing. Minke whales off the top of Nice Point. I can't wait to get up there on Skye. It's 11:30 at night and it's only just starting to get dark, but the rain started coming down. Hopefully that clears by the morning though. Voyager Adventure van blinds, they're up on the window. Everything's all sorted. I hope you had a good summer solstice. I'm off to bed. It's the next morning. Let's go for a no-nonsense look around Scotland's most visited island, the Isle of Skye. We're only a few miles down the road. Let's see if it lives up to the hype. Now there are two ways to get over to the Isle of Skye. Number one was the bridge. That's the way we chose to go over there. And you can also get a ferry as well. Welcome to the Isle of Skye. First point to call is a viewpoint between Skye and Raasay. Apparently there's loads of dolphins and I'd love to see some marine wildlife while I'm over here. Immediately getting blown away by the absolute glorious scenery that was around me on the drive between the two locations. First stop, Port Aynor viewing station. So it's just a big lay-by on the side of the road that you can pull in and you've got a cracking view. Now there's a salmon farm over there. The thing with the salmon farms is they attract other marine wildlife. Just what I want to see. Just inside the van just here, we've got the monoculars. These have actually been out loads on this adventure. So the salmon farm just over there, and there's another one just further around there as well. They're just full of bird life. I couldn't really see any seals or dolphins or anything. So it's time to quickly move over to the next point. Let's go check this out. Firstly, just check out the view there. That's mental. But to see what we want to see, we're going to have to go right into the wind over here. Oh, wow. That is insane. Look at that for a waterfall. That is properly, truly insane. The next stop I'm quite excited about. You see, I love animals, all weird and wonderful. But when you've got specific animals to specific locations, then I start getting excited. What about something I've just found on Google Map called Highland Cow Car Park? Let's go see if there's some Highland cows. Whilst once again taking in some of Isle of Skye's absolutely breathtaking scenery, it wasn't long before we pulled up at the Highland Cow Car Park. I'm sorry, Jeff. None of your family are in that field, so we can't really see some Highland cows today. Saying that, we'll probably see some a bit later, though. We have got an absolutely belting view. Just look at all those mountains over there. I think one of them's the Old Man of Storr. We're going to be going up them slightly later. One of the lads I follow on Instagram, he's just pulled in. There's my van, all pulled over and ready. Dick Van Hike. Follow him on Instagram. It was nice to actually put a face to his name. He's awesome. I love the way he's got his bike attached to the ladders on the back. I'm going to have to look at doing that. Why have I never thought of doing that? Oh, the wind's getting wild. That's one of the things we've come to see today. The bridge, further up, there's some cracking waterfalls. Let's get onto the bridge and have a look up the river. It's just started raining a little bit. There's a little memorial up here too. Let's go and have a look. That's where we are. Glen Slinigan. I can't read or I can't understand. I do strongly apologise if that river looks amazing. If my reading skills are crap and it offends anyone. There's the monument, and what are they looking over? Whoosh. How cool does that look? That's wow nice. I'm soaking wet. The wind's blowing a gale, but it's awesome. There's a bridge just there looking at the waterfall. I'm going to go to that. There it is. I don't know how well you're going to hear me. Oh, got a little path down here. Let's have a little look, shall we? Whoosh. How cool is that? Let's get up on the bridge and have a little look, shall we? Because this looks epic. Oh, the wind, the rain. Oh, it's brutal. Oh, I should have worn my boots. Whoa. Oh, shit. This is like proper rickety. But look. Wow. Wow. Oh, look at that. Honestly, I am sober. Just look at how brutal that's become. That's Scotland for you. I'm going to just make beelines, go north a bit more. 18 minutes until there's a pin on the map and it says cow parking. So I looked at it, it's just like a field of Highland cows, I think. So I'm hoping that's what it is. We can redeem ourselves on the Highland cow hunt. Oh my God, I can see a Highland cow. Still raining though. Oh, he's so cute. He's so cute. Let's go up this way and have a little nosy. It's like I think it's just a farm. But there's a few. So I'm thinking next stop we go to another waterfall before we head up towards the Old Man of Storr. The weather is starting to look a little bit better, but it's Scotland. It could change with the blink of an eye. You talk about driving the Isle of Skye. This is exactly what I pictured. Smooth single track roads, loads of passing places, mountains on either side, wildlife absolutely everywhere, and rain. And you know what? I wouldn't rather be anywhere else in the world right now. Just over the brow of this hill, we've got another loch. Look how beautiful that looks. We've got Birdie Vale Falls right now. We've still got the rain, we've still got the wind, and this is the thing with the Isle of Skye. I've noticed a lot of the things are just on the side of the road. Very accommodating with big pulling areas, and it's just behind here you'll see the fall. Just look at that. Let's go for a little wander and see what we can see. It's like what you'd properly expect a waterfall to be, isn't it? It just comes all the way down underneath the road and down to the actual loch. There's Birdie Vale Falls. Absolutely stunning part of Skye with that backdrop. It's now time to go and do something that I've been wanting to do for years. The one thing that started to attract me to the Isle of Skye, the Old Man of Storr. Now, I've heard a couple of things. There's a height restriction for the main car park, so I can't get in it, but there is loads of street parking that's always busy with cars that just want to park on the road. So we're going to have a look and see what it's like. It's only 3 minutes up the road, so let's see if I can get there. I got parking. I got parking. It means I can go and do the Old Man of Storr. But what I'm going to do first, I've just paid for parking, £5 to park for 6 hours, plenty of time. I'm going to have a little bite to eat. First things first, I'm going to plug in the air fryer, turn that on and lock it in. All I've got, 2 slices of bread in there at the minute because I'm thinking maybe a cheese toastie. I don't know if this is going to work, but I part toasted the bread, put a piece in the bottom, cheese on top, chorizo, pop that one on the top, and just, I don't know if it's going to work, but we're going to try. It doesn't look like it's working too much. That is absolutely gorgeous. Weather forecast down there says it's gusting up to 55 miles an hour up near the top. So it's going to be a windy one. You might have bad audio. I love reading these. They're absolutely full of information. It's definitely a very busy hike. There's people all over the place. I will have to come back in better weather because apparently it's a great view over to Rassay. Oh, I hope we get to see the pinnacles. The clouds have come really far in at the minute. Oh, Jesus, you can see the rain going sideways. The weather didn't bother me at this point. This was something I dreamed about since social media became a thing and I started to see it absolutely everywhere. I was truly in my element. Just look at it. Would have been nicer to have a clear sky, but I'm not complaining. It's like a scene out of the Lord of the Rings, isn't it? It's just breathtaking. You've got the path there that goes right the way up to them. It's just, you can physically see the clouds moving past them. You've got the Old Man of Storr there, the needle just there, the face just around there. It's so dramatic. The cloud managed to clear for all of about 3 minutes so that I could get this one clip of both the Old Man of Storr and the needle. Just look at how magnificent that looks. It's all volcanic eruption. It's a volcanic flow. This is lava that is left over from an explosion. You just feel so small and minuscule. The Old Man of Storr. The needle. Wow. I may be soaked. I may have a numb face, but that was so worth it. Oh, yes. I travelled 12 hours to come and see that. And the Kerrang. I'll be doing that probably tomorrow. Well, the weather's definitely a lot nicer down here. It looks like it might be starting to cheer up. Here's me walking down. Everyone's walking up, looking dead fresh and everything. They're all like, yeah, this is going to be a good hike. And then they see me looking like a windswept walking down. So I learnt a lesson last night. Don't wait too long to find a park up. Don't wait too late because everybody just jumps in those park ups dead quick. So I thought, you know what, it's 4:30 now. I'm going to go jump in a park up and just make sure I've got a nice one with the view that I want, because I want a sea view. I want to be able to get the binoculars out and try and find like a basking shark or dolphins or something like that. A friend told me about this spot, so I've just come down. And it's a good job I come early, because the actual spot I wanted is down there, and there's already vans parked in it, so I've ended up coming further down to this spot just here. I've had to park sideways because I am the full length of the road, but see the salmon farms out there? There's another one further down there. Apparently that's where dolphins like to be. Binocular time. It's been like this all night long so far, and the evening is properly coming in. But we've got a yellow ball of fire just starting to come out up there. I mean, if you're looking in the puddle, it's still raining slightly, but it's getting better. Oh my God, there's a rainbow. Oh, yes. I've never been so excited to go out in the rain to be able to see the actual sun. Right. Oh, look at that. Oh, right down by the salmon farm. What is that? What a perfect evening. I mean, the weather's still in, but it's drying off slowly. The Old Man of Storr still covered in cloud. You can just about see Rassay over there. I cannot get over the fact it's this light and it's 11 o'clock at night. It's mental. Happy summer solstice. Summer. Tomorrow's got an epic day. We're road tripping up to the Cairngorms because I really want to hike around there. We've got dinosaur footprints, more waterfalls, epic waterfalls that run off the end of a cliff. I'm hoping the weather's a lot better so I can get the drone up to get some cracking shots of that. But that's me done for the night, guys. I'll see you in the morning. Good morning. It's 6 o'clock in the morning. The weather's definitely different. I mean, already you can see the Isle of Rassay over there. But look at that for a sunrise. What? That is just, yeah, that's next level. I've took my window blinds off the front window. I've had my breakfast and a coffee. I've just sat here taking in all the rays. The thing is, the sun's been up for just over an hour and a half now. We only had 3 hours of darkness last night. It was insane. But that sun has already nearly charged my leisure batteries from me cooking on my air fryer last night, a couple of cups of tea. It's just absolutely mental. Hey, the Old Man of Storr's actually in view now. It's time to say goodbye to this absolutely amazing park up. We're going to go down to Lecht Falls now. Now with the rain yesterday, I'm expecting this to be pouring down this first one. It's a big one apparently, and I can already hear it. You've got a little viewing station just there, and there's another one up there. So I'm going to try the little viewing station first. It is just, again, a big lay-by on the side of the road, big enough to fit coaches in, and it's just there. So it's not even a big hike. You can do this if you're slightly unable to actually walk. There's even a wheelchair ramp just there. Oh, and I love the Isle of Skye so much. There's not even a sign there. Let's go see what that is. And Lecht Alt. There you go. Oh, so there's a big walk you can do that goes right inland. You can follow up a load more waterfalls, apparently. Ah, the river was formed in 1900 to 1960. They were digging out diatomite, which is locally known in Gaelic as cork. There you go. Let's go and have a little look on this. This looks proper, sort of, my stomach's going to go on this one, I think. But I'm going to keep filming so you can see it. It's getting louder and louder, so this sounds really, really powerful. Oh, I'm looking forward to this. Firstly, we'll check that view out that side. Oh my God, that sounds mental. Oh, look at how fast that's coming down. Oh my God. So you've got that one just there, and then if you spin round, look at that one there as well. That is absolutely insane. Let's go for a look on top of that cliff where there's another viewing station by the look of things. I tell you what, this isn't bad, is it? The waterfall with that cracking view. Oh yes. I bet there's a nice view to the sea over this side as well. Let's go and have a little nosy. Oh, look at the Isle of Rassay over there. Little beach. Oh, that's wow nice. Ah, waterfall though. Wow. Let's head back and head up to, there's a beach up the road with a bit of a hike going down to it. But it says on Google Map, dino footprints. I'm like, ooh. Let's go and have a nosy. Saw another sign that's full of stickers, so I thought I'd stick mine on. My mate that I met yesterday, he's up there, so I've gone right underneath him. But do you recognise anybody else off here? I've got my big coat on, it's a bit chilly. I've got my boots on. The van's parked in the brothers' lay-by. Gotta go down here, turn left. Oh, look at the sheepies. Then there's a path down towards the beach where we're going to find the dino footprints. Oh no, there's mess. rubbish everywhere. I hate that. That's where we're going, down that path there. Why can't people just put their rubbish in the bin? Now, I don't know what to expect with this. I'm hoping they're quite prominent so you can see them and not one of them. Oh, you can just about make out something there, but it could be dino footprints. Now, apparently there's a path that goes down here and then a path that comes off on the right. Barbara and her baby. Oh, there's a signpost. So there's the sign to go down that path just there. Just off the path, I saw some like old ruins up here. A little path going off to the left. So I thought, oh, I'll come up and have a look. I mean, yeah, you can kind of make out an old ruined building. Because I mean, even in this little one just here, you've got your little fireplace just over there. That's quite cool. What's that say? Yeah, so it is an old building. Look at the view. That's the fossil beach down there. This is actually quite cool, to be fair. There's nobody around. It's 9:30 in the morning, and all you can hear is seabirds and sheep and the waves. There's a sign down there. God, this is going to be a killer walk back up, though. It's weird going for a hill walk and going down the hill first. Let's go see what this sign says. Oh, it's in Gaelic. I can't understand what it says, but that looks cool. Another little tiny waterfall just there. Let's have a little look for some dinosaur footprints. I'm guessing it's going to be better at low tide, but there's a building there. There's something raised up over there. Let's just go and have a wander. I don't really know what to look out for, but like this piece is lower than the rest of it. So could that be like a footprint there? I don't know. That piece looks more like a footprint, doesn't it? Oh, actually, maybe that is. Oh, actually, look at that. That looks like one. I wondered what the seabirds were making a fuss about. And then I've just stumbled across the chick, so I'm going to get off these rocks. You can see him just over there kicking off. And it's because of that. Ah, they're back together now. This is why I'm sceptical of this, right? So coastal erosion is a thing, scientifically proven. So in my eyes, all of this rock was once underneath the cliffs, and the coastal erosion has eroded it away. So how could a footprint get underneath a cliff? And then it dawned on me, this isn't a cliff, this is lava, solid lava. So how could a footprint get imprinted into lava? Was this area, which is built on a lava flow, if the lava come down red hot and the dinosaurs ran through it while it was cooling, that would leave a footprint, wouldn't it? That's my only thing of it. That's the only way I could think that it's actually happened like this. I mean, I've not seen anything yet where I've gone, yes, 100% that is a dinosaur footprint. I've seen things that it could have been or maybe was. I don't know. I mean, could that be a footprint? You know what I mean? Or is it just erosion? I mean, you can see the layers of lava on that rock just there. It's starting to rain, so I'm going to leave the birds in peace and I'm going to head back up to the van. Look at that. It's only a little, like an axle with a rear differential. That's quite cool, to be fair. A couple of tyres there, which I don't agree with. But what was that off? Because it's like full-on leaf springs on it as well. But it's like, I don't know, 2 feet long. Next stop, Kilt Rock Waterfall. This is the waterfall where, well, I think this is the waterfall where it goes off the cliff. Can't wait to see that. But when I get there, I'm thinking it's breakfast time. Get this. Kilt Rock car park has dedicated motorhome and campervan parking. I'm having some cereal because I feel like I want to be 12 years old again. Now that was a cool little waterfall. I've been looking at that, it's been on a bucket list. Now I've done it, I'm happy. Let's go to the Coang. That mountain range is where I'm going, and I'm a little bit nervous about the drive up there. Now it's a popular tourist destination. There's Staffing Island all the way out there. Some absolutely amazing mountain routes. This is quite insane, to be fair. Oh my god, this is like near enough off-roading. Oh god. Look at the mountain views though, that's stunning. I can't really pay too much attention to them. Oh god, I have got that dreaded hairpin coming up in a bit and it's the anxiety's killing me. This is quite fun. I've just got to take it dead easy. I'm Luckily, there's no, oh, there's a big pothole. There's no cars behind me, but there's a Range Rover in front of me that's just shot off. Oh, you can see the cars going up the top after the hairpin. I hope I can make it round the hairpin. The steering lock on this is horrendous. Up this steep gradient, round that corner, then the hairpin. Right, nothing come down the hill. Please, God, nothing come down the hill. Please, nothing come down the hill. My steering lock won't make this, I don't think. Oh, full lock the whole way round. Oh, that was so close. I'm thinking this is now the summit up here. Oh my God, I'm so glad that that's over. Oh my God, it's absolutely jam-packed up here. Another sort of shaky drive that was. Adrenaline filled shaky, but still shaky. I cannot believe how busy it is here. You've got all the cars down there. Everyone, a big queue getting in, all the motorhomes, all the cars down the road over there. All to be able to climb that hill just up there. Minibus parking only. You see, normally I'd risk it. Maybe not. That's just one of the consequences of having a long wheelbase vehicle. You just can't really park anywhere. I'm quite upset about it, but we just head down the other side and go and check out Uig. So I found a little park up with an absolutely gorgeous view over Uig, including all the volcanic islands out there. And I'm going to set this up here. I'm going to have some food and a drink and try and come up with an alternative plan, because there's loads of things around here, Fairy Glen and stuff like that, but they're all tourist attractions and they're all going to be over busy on this Saturday. It's not even like I can wait around until like Sunday, tomorrow, because it's a Sunday. It's going to be exactly the same. I have got a friend of mine coming into Uig later off the Calmac ferry coming back over from Harris. So I might try and just stay local to this area, bump into him later, we'll have a park up together, have a good old catch-up. Proper cracking little view over the bay from here. I've got the binoculars out, constantly watching all these boats that are flying around that sort of bay, seeing if there's any dolphins jumping in front of them or anything like that. It's proper keeping me occupied. We thought, we're not going to waste a day, we're going to make our way down to the fairy pools. Well, this is island life for you, I guess. Something has happened down there, around about there. I'm thinking something's clipped maybe a sheep or something, and the road's just come to a standstill. So we're sort of just going to chill out for a bit. We'll take a wander up and see if they need a hand. It's another car that's gone off the road. That's the second one I've seen. These tight little narrow roads with all the passing places, people just come charging down there. At the 1 second there's no cars, all of a sudden there's a car there. People slam the brakes on. Instead of touching passing places or whatever, they drive up the embankment. Luckily nobody's hurt, but the car's still there and they're going to have to close this road to drag that car out. It looks like there's a tractor coming down the hill as it goes. Looked like it was an Eastern European car. There's a bloody passing place there. Why can't he stop there instead of me having to jump into someone's drive to avoid him? So the Isle of Skye is nice. This time of year, on a weekend, it's a no-go. Don't even risk it. Don't try it. I'm going to do this. I'm heading off to the fairy pools, and then I'm going to try and jump off the island, because this chaos is not for me. You have no idea how happy I am to be parked up safe. This is the Fairy Pools car park, and they've actually got parking spaces for large vehicles. There's a bloke down the front, flags you down. He says, you're a large vehicle, go down, do this, park up there. Perfect. We've got some low-level cloud. It started to rain just a little bit, but that's the little walkway up to the actual fairy pools, and then you can continue the walk all the way up. I have absolutely no idea what I'm going to do down there, but I know I need to stretch my legs. We'll just give it a little bit of time and see if the rain actually does fade off. It's like proper going sideways. I thought I'll give up waiting for weather to be good. The rain's literally going sideways, but I'm still going to brave it. I've got light grey joggers on, so they're probably going to be see-through when I get back. The path was well maintained and it was easy to follow. Just follow it dead straight over the bridge and you'll find the fairy pools. There was this awesome little waterfall on the way there though. My camera got wet and just stopped working, so I hope I can get the footage off that. Anyway, using my phone. Woo. I'm a drowned rat. I'll tell you one thing, I'm rapidly running out of dry clothes. I'm going to have to find some way of drying them. I think the point of call now is find somewhere, A, that's got phone signal, so that I can check things like the weather and stuff, just to see what's happening. Saying that, this weather wasn't supposed to happen today. I'm highly tempted to get off the island, go and do something else. Couple of options of things that I would really like to do. One would be the Applecross Pass, the Black Nablar, go up to Ackmalvik Beach. However, they're both tourist attractions. I don't think that's going to work out this side of the summer holidays. Number 2 was I can head down to Oban, fly over to Mull, drive over to Mull, drive the van onto a boat to sail over to Mull to drive off the boat the other side. There you go. Go to Mull for a few days. Or I know a dolphin place over near Inverness. I can go and have a look for some dolphins, then make me way back down the Cairngorms. I'm thinking the weather forecast is going to be the determining factor for that. According to the weather, the rain is only getting stronger throughout the night and the wind is even picking up. Tomorrow it's supposed to be a little bit better, but the wind's still there, so we're going to escape the Isle of Skye. We're going to go and see some wild dolphins feeding right at our feet whilst having a cracking drive through the Scottish Highlands before we head over to Aviemore and an inland loch in Scotland with a glorious sandy beach. There's a famous pier spot where you can physically see dolphins going absolutely crazy, rounding up all the fish to come into a harbour. On the inlet to that harbour is where they go absolutely ham. I'm hoping tonight we can get a nice little park up next to Loch Ness, one of the last iconic lochs in Scotland that I've never seen. Before I leave Skye, I've got to fuel up. That's not too bad. It's 64 miles to get to Loch Ness. Look at that, only just got out of Skye and the rain stopped. That's got to be a good sign, hasn't it? You watch, I've left the rain behind and it's going to follow me all the way over there. Guaranteed that's what's going to happen. See, this is exactly how Scotland should be. I know it's never like this. It's dry. It doesn't even look like the roads had any water on it. The trees aren't blowing a gale where I think they're going to fall on me. This is just beautiful. Holy mother of God. That's my first ever look at Loch Ness. Just behind those trees, I've just caught a glimpse of it coming down the hill. That is absolutely massive. I was coming down a hill right at the start and all you could see was just the loch. It's massive. I can start to see why they think there's something prehistoric living in there. We've actually got blue in the sky. What? Oh, it's amazing. It's not even 6 o'clock in the morning. We're right next to Loch Ness. 5:42. I've got to defog the windscreen. But why am I heading off so early? Low tide's at 7 o'clock in the morning. I'm an hour away, so I should get there about low tide. Hopefully there's parking, because there's limited amounts. Then we can go around to the Dolphin part, the little point, have a look. We wave goodbye to Loch Ness and the police car that's flying past us and make our way over to Chanonry Point. We can see the point that we want to go to all the way out there. Not even 7 o'clock yet. It's like 20 to 7, so we've got 20 minutes until the tide turns and it starts to come in. But it's about an hour after the low tide where they recommend you're going to see them. You may not even see them. They're wild animals at the end of the day. But God, I hope I see them. This is awesome. I don't entirely know what to look for. I'm having a little wander down the little stone beach just to see if there's another point further down. But that looks like the sort of the point that everyone's on about. So this is Chanonry Point. On the incoming tide, the salmon come in and the dolphins push the salmon even further. And this is the pinch point where they start feeding on them. So I'm really, really hoping we see them. I can't get over just how quiet this place actually is. There's literally nobody around. All the videos I've seen, this place has been packed. Makes me wonder whether or not I've got the right place. But I've also got to keep in mind, it's 7 o'clock in the morning on a Sunday morning. Nobody's this crazy. Look at this for a setup. I've got my full tripod out with DJI Osmo Pocket on the top just there. And I'm just up sat, waiting now. Watching, listening to the sound of the waves as they crash just there. I've just checked the tide again because it still looks like the tide's going out. And when I checked last night, it was like 7 o'clock, or I thought it said 7 o'clock. I've just checked again, it's closer to 8 o'clock. It doesn't matter, it means we're going to be studying a bit longer, but it'll be worth it. And boy was it worth it. Just before low tide had even started, the dolphins started to show up. It just seemed to be 1, 2, maybe 3, 2 maybe a young that was just coming in, and they were sort of making their way past the point into the actual bay. As you can probably tell, I was extremely happy at this point. We just watched them going all the way down. Or I say we, there was me and another gentleman there. We just sat there and watched them go into the bay, mooching as they were going free. You could see the seagulls in the background going mental over something. I'm thinking they were just feeding on small fish while the dolphins were concentrating on the big salmon. What an absolute amazing experience. This all lasted for around about 15 minutes until they went out of eyesight. It wasn't long though until they started to come back, I think they must have gone into the bay, had a good feed, and then made their way back out the bay. You can see them coming out just here. Literally, I kid you not, right at our feet, there was the 3 that went in and the 3 come back out. They had a little feed on the way out, but then we had around about an hour of no sightings, nothing around. But then all of a sudden, a lot more decided to show up, including a seal as well. Apparently by now, a load of the locals had turned up, and there was a lovely little old lady. She was telling me she's been here all her life. Nearly every low tide she comes down, she watches them. She knows them all by name based on their fin. She had been watching these dolphins since they were babies, watched them grow up, and then all of a sudden one year, one pair would have a baby with them. It was absolutely amazing to hear some of the stories she was telling us. It was around about 9 o'clock by this point, so it was well after, an hour after low tide, and they were still here going absolutely crazy. A load more people started to turn up as and when how close they are. Oh, just watching this heading back, it's just absolutely amazing experience. But as the tide was coming in, we found ourselves having to move back because obviously we didn't want to get our feet wet. The further we moved back, the closer they seemed to come in. I am told by some of the locals that were around that it's not always like this. Sometimes it's quiet, sometimes you don't see them, sometimes there's only 1 or 2, sometimes there's even more than now. It'd definitely be worth a visit on your trip on the North Coast 500. This is right at the start of the North Coast 500. It would be nice to stay here all day, but we can't. 1, the phone battery is about to die because I'm filming this on my phone. It can zoom in a bit better than my camera. And 2, we've got a lot more to do within this video. We want to get down to Aviemore. It's somewhere that I've never been before, but everyone raves about it. So I want to go check that out. Apparently they've got a little steam train sort of area there. Then we're going to go head over to Loch Morlich. There's a beach on an inland loch there. Apparently that's really nice, so I can't wait to get up there. It's Sunday, so I imagine that might be busy, so it'll be nice to try and overcome that. And hey, we've even got some really exciting things that may be happening if they're open or closed. If you are enjoying the dolphins, drop me a subscribe. It's completely free and you just get notified next time I do upload a video. And you never know, the next video might be a hidden gem just like this. That was amazing. That was properly amazing. Vanlifers all over the world rave about Aviemore. So I'm going to head down to Aviemore and just have a look and see what it's all about. I have done no research about the place. Everyone just says it's dead good. So I found a car park and I'm hoping I can fit in it. And we'll see what it's like. Oh my God. Through the little village, Avok I think it's called, I've just seen a pine marten run across the road. I mean, most people won't know what a pine marten is or anything like that, but they're an endangered species. They're like a weasel. Oh, and it was big. Oh, what? That was awesome. Oh, yeah, it was definitely the right move coming over to this side of Scotland. I wonder if I'll be lucky enough to see the reindeer up in the Cairngorms Mountain Park. It was just over an hour on the sat-nav, but I took it nice and slow, nice and gentle. I wanted to take in all the scenery from Inverness down to Aviemore, and boy was there some absolutely beautiful scenery. It wasn't long though before we did pull into Aviemore. Parked up in the retail park in Aviemore because you've got Home Bargains, Aldi, Costa Coffee, so I should be able to stock up on all the things I need. But I think everybody else has had the same idea. This is a whole row of campervans. See what I mean? There's a load on the back wall too. Oh, I just heard a steam train. There was 3 hours free parking in Aviemore. That's all I needed. I just needed to go for a look and see what the hype was about Aviemore. We found a lovely little craft fair, had a little wander around there. It was great to speak to some of the local artists, the local suppliers, just having a chat and catching up with them. We heard the steam train, so do you know what? Let's go down and have a look there. It was actually quite a shock. I never knew this was here. I got Danielle a little gift. Basically, it's gin. It's a little bottle of gin of a new flavour for her to try. So I'll put that up there with the Highland cow cooking mitt things she's got. She loves Highland cow, she loves cooking, she loves gin. Bargain. Let's go into the shops and stock up. I didn't need much, so I only got a bit. Normally I'm a bit sarcastic when I say this, but Aviemore, it's been a pleasure. It's quite a nice place, to be fair. Yeah, highly recommend. One of my friends, Neil from Dub That Community, he said go to Loch Morlich when you're here. It's only about 10 minutes away. I've just had a look. It's the only loch with a sandy beach So I'm quite intrigued. The photos look quite cool. I can't think of a better place for me to sit down and have my lunch. It's actually like a really nice forestry drive, this. See, now there's spaces up there, but I can't get through because he's parked there. So I've just parked in the drop-off area of the car park. Look, they're even parked all down the side everywhere. I'm going to sit here for 10 minutes, look around on Google Maps, see if there's anything else around here that we could do. And in that 10-15 minutes, if another car moves, then I can jump in his spot. The problem is, it's just there. Shall I be really sneaky and quick and just go for a run down there to have a look? Because that's all I really want to do. I don't want to come here and chill or party or have a barbecue or anything. I just want to see it. Shall I go and do that? You'll never guess what. I did it. How cool is that? The mountains in the background. It's proper sand on a loch. Yes, that was wild cool. Quick, run back before I get a ticket. My tits are bouncing too much. My phone's on 69%. Childish. Well, if this plans out, then this is going to be absolutely epic. I saw a sign on the side of the road that said clay pigeon shoot this way. That's something I've always wanted to do. It's like clay discs. They launch them up into the air and they get you away. Bang! Went a few miles down the road debating whether or not to turn around and go back, and I've turned around and gone back. Yeah, I think it's going to be one of those where you book it and stuff like that, but you don't know unless you find out. If they turn around and say 20 quid, here you go, you can have a go, I'll be like, there you go, mate, thank you very much. I think the sign was just up here somewhere on the left hand side. So again, I don't really know where it is. Oh, I think that's it there on the left. Clay, yeah, clay pigeon shoot. Clay shooting. Let's go in and just see if, see what it's all about. Whether it is an actual thing or not. Whether I can just turn up and go for it. That'd be awesome if I can. Does sound good. Like, I went around to the reception desk. I went, so I've just seen the sign, I pulled in, thought something I've always wanted to do. I'll come in and see if I can do it. How much is it? And I thought he said £15, and I was like, oh great, can you fit me in? Can I come in? Can I do it today? And I went, no, you need to book it online. We're fully booked today. Normally Monday to Friday we might be able to squeeze you in. Sunday fully booked. Totally understandable. He gave me the sort of the instructions on what to do and how to book and stuff like that, and on there it says £55. I must have misheard him. It's one thing I've noticed with the Scottish people, they are very helpful and they're dead friendly as well. I still need to go find somewhere to have my lunch. I am starving. My name is Hank and I'm not even Marvin. No, wait there, I said that wrong. My name's Marvin and I'm not even... What? Marvin starving? My name's Marvin because I'm starving. Oh, I don't understand it. Just pulled over. Finally, time for some lunch. What have we got? I've got a chicken and stuffing sandwich that I got from the shop. We have got some chicken skewers because I need a bit of meat in my life every now and then. I'm going to scoff this and then straight away jump onto the old military road. This is where we pulled over. This place is quite nice to be fair. It literally is just a lay-by on the side of the road, but it fits the van in. It's right next to a gorgeous little river. So I'm going to sit, scoff, and then it's road trip time. How about a road trip as good as the NC 500 but 1/6 of the distance? At 83 miles long, you can do this in as little as 2 hours or as long as 2 days. Introducing the Cairngorms Old Military Road. This is the starting plot. It was literally pull out the lay-by, take the next right, and boom. There's good history with this road. I basically class this route as similar to Route 66. See, now this was one of the main roads going through the Cairngorms National Park until the A9 was built, and everything shifted over to there. But 83 mile and loads of sights to see on the way. First stop, and I didn't even know this was here, a couple of old train cars. I'm assuming these are just set up for dining carts. You can book to go and have a look inside them, go and sit down and eat tea inside them. Either way, they're pretty cool to get a picture with, and that's what we're going to be doing our road trip in. My self-built VW Crafter camper. Now this is quite interesting. This is what's called a Foodaletta Lum. It's called a lum, but this is the Foodaletta. It's one of two along this whole journey. The upkeep of the road was vitally important. What they were used for is quite interesting. They had a temporary wooden structure that they could put on the side, and it was used by the men upkeeping the road. They used to be able to have fire and shelter while they were working on the road. This road had value importance back then. You see, in 1920 to 1930, this was the only road that ran up over the Cairngorm Mountains. They had to keep it in good shape to deliver stuff like medicine, post, everything important ran down this road. And the next stop on this road trip is something quite cool. It's a structure and it's called the Standing Artwork, I think it's called. I know what you're thinking, art. No, it's better than that. Because this isn't really a piece of art, it's more the landscape makes the art. With just a huge lay-by on the side of the road and a tiny little hill coming up, you see that box? That's where we're going. See, it just kind of looks ugly, doesn't it? Whew. Well, that's not where the magic begins. Inside that box is all reflective material. So if we walk up the steps, you'll see the reflection of the landscape on the side, and it takes one little landscape and turns it into that massive piece. See, look, how cool is this? Oh, the view. Oh, let's give you another look before we head on to our next destination. Just look at that. You can see how sort of like the landscape reflects on the sides, makes it look a lot bigger than it actually is. But you can walk through it, and that's the actual landscape. How cool is that? It's quite cool because that river down there is pronounced Anne, the River Anne, but it's spelt River Avon. It's the highest river in Scotland where Atlantic salmon are found. Now, ideally, erosion will happen with the river and all the curves. So what they're doing, they're planting a load of different trees all the way around the banks of the river to try and stabilise the banks. And only 1.4 mile down the road is the next spot. It is still on the same estate. Parking's a bit tight to get in. Now, I'm no birdie. I haven't got a clue when it comes to them, but I know something's pretty or sounds pretty good when I see it. This estate really does look after its stuff, doesn't it? Wow. Even got a pair of binoculars for you to use, notebooks. It's got all the birds and the animals all the way around. But better than that, it's a dark sky night. So look at the ceiling. You've got all the different constellations, everything you could see. And that's what you can see outside. That is absolutely mind-blowing. As with all bird hides, you've got the windows that you can lift up and they latch at the top, so you can pretty much see whatever you want to see. A wildlife sightings chalkboard, and you've even got some sticks of chalk down there. That's amazing. Look, see, people have seen oyster catchers, mayflies, they've even seen shit. That's up there. There's even somebody as intelligent as me. They've wrote down bugs. While that is really, really pretty, I'm gonna get back out and head up towards the van and decide whether or not I actually want to park there for the night. I don't think I do, just solely because there's other things I want to see. And I'm dead like, oh, I want to go see them. Even though it is a banging little spot. Oh my God, check that. Responsible campers are welcome in the Cairngorms National Park. I think that's the first time I've ever seen a sign saying campers are welcome. Where we're going up to now is Lecht Mine. In 1730 this mined iron ore, but due to substantial losses they had to close it. All the ore was transported horseback all around the hills up here, where the wood was also transported to be able to smelt the iron ore. 1841 it turned into a manganese mine. However, due to a massive increase in the same material coming out of Russia, the price fell through the floor. They could no longer operate it. The walk is less than a mile long, and it basically just follows this building, and the old building still stands there. Not just still stands there, they've partly refurbished it too. And again, all of this is all part of the Glen estate in the Cairngorms. It's absolutely breathtaking. It's properly beautiful. There's a sign, welcome to the moor. It's just a showcase of what you could see here. Red deer. Red deer stag. It's like a cross between massively powerful and respectful, cross kind of majestic and sweet. I absolutely love red deer. The Scottish deer, they're another breed altogether. They're just, ooh, I do hope we see a red deer up here. It wasn't long before the actual mine came into view. It was just a really pleasant, nice, flat, midge-filled walk. I'm finding this one proper fascinating. Like that river we've seen, there used to be a windmill, not a windmill, a water turbine thing on the side of this building. And that's what used to power the grinder that ground up all the iron to make it iron ore. And what's more, we can go inside it. So the wheel that would have been on that side, that's gone. All the huts, they've all gone. This is all old mining material. The leftovers, the stuff they didn't want to use. It's absolutely awesome. Imagine how much it'd be to buy that, like if it was a house right now. Imagine how much it'll be to renovate that into a house, actually. Whoa, that is truly, truly insane. Look at the view out the window. That's insane. The big wooden plinth under there. Whoa. I wonder how they got up to those windows up there. This has been lovingly restored by volunteers, apparently. There you go. That's what it's called. Lecht Mine. If you want to know all the proper details about it, just screenshot that and have a little look at it. But that's how it used to work. So you've got the wheel on the one side with the river going through it. That used to power all of this to be able to grind up the ore that went in the top. That's right then. So that big window up there is where it used to come in. It used to get crushed in the middle just there. Then what else? It used to fall onto the floor into these little baskets just here. And then Horsey and Billy Bob used to walk it all the way up the mountains. Look at that. Days before conveyor belts. So it used to come out of the mine in the hills, come all the way across by some dude walking across a plank, shovel it into there. He looks hench as hell. He looks like he could take you out in a bar fight. He puts it into there. That crushes because that's going round. So the water coming down there and then into the river. Wow. I'm guessing that's the mine entrance just up there that's been boarded up. So let's go back outside and put this all into perspective. So the river is there. So that's on the other side of this wall. So the mine is up there and he walked across it. So we'll go out and have a little look at that first. So if we come this way, let's see what we can see. So the mine would have been up there somewhere and it used to come down and through that window all the way up there. I wouldn't like to walk that, would you? Let's go and have a look back at the sign, see what else we can spot. So, the wheel then must be on the other side with this ladder and the pipe coming down, and then that used to turn that. So I wonder if there should be a hole coming through. So that's what that hole is. So that plank at the bottom was to help turn it. Yes, because that's going to have a spindle going straight through the wall. Oh, making sense of it all now. Let's go see if there's anything on the outside over that side then. Can we get round that side? Oh, there is a little path. Let's see if we can see anything. Oh, here we go then. So, that's... Oh, yeah, you can make sense of it now. I'm going to have to get a bit further back to show you. Ooh. So that is raised, down there isn't. So the wheel, the spindle goes through there. The big wheel goes right into that little dip just there. And it just kept spinning and spinning and spinning. And then down there to join the river. I don't know. I just found that really, really fascinating. Anyway, it's about 6:30 now. So I don't know whether to go on to the next destination or not. We'll figure that out when I have a look on Google Maps. Because I've got to still try and find somewhere to park the camper van tonight. Should we go see a castle now? I think it's Corgarff Castle. It's 9 minutes away. Just look at that scenery. It just gets better and better the longer you drive. Before we get to the castle, let's show you this. They're called the Watchers. These guys are quite cool because they're seats. You can just sit in, bat the flies away, and look at the view. Just look at how beautiful that is. It's echoey inside here. See that white castle down there? You know, the one that looks like a house? That's where we're going. It's only 3 minutes to get down there, but it's a steep hill. Just looks like a house. I hope I'm not about to walk up to someone's random house. There's no overnight parking here if you do decide to do this in your camper van. But just look at the view, and the van looks sexy. Yeah, this is Corgarff Castle. Again, just off the main road. I'd love to know the history behind this place. It looks kind of cool, but like an extravagant house kind of cool. I mean, it would be great if there was like a notice board or something, but I'm assuming it's like protects for, I don't know, maybe aircraft? I mean, you can't really be unsafe here, can you? I don't know. It's Corgarff Castle for you. This one's 14 minutes away according to Google Maps. I could do with trying to find somewhere to park up for the night, so if I see somewhere on the way I might stop there the night. How random is that? There's a chicken in the road. Oh, why did the chicken cross the road? Because are you crossing? You can go if you're not. You can go if you want, mate. Go on. Do you not want to cross? You know for a fact if I get closer or going past you, you're going to run out in front of me, so I'm not moving until you go. Stop. I'll give him a few revs. Oh, there's a bunny rabbit crossing the road too. Bugs Bunny. Right, there you go. Why did the chicken cross the road? There's another one now. Come on, mate, you can do it. Go on, one foot in front of the other. I'm not going to cook you. All right, mate. Top tip, if you are doing this in the winter, just be prepared for this road to be closed. We're extremely high up. That's what these white poles are on the sides of the actual road. They're to mark how deep the snow is. When it gets cold up here, this part snows. We're higher than any road in England at the minute. So the top tip is basically take your time on this road. Chill out, enjoy yourself. So the story goes with this stone, it's got that much metal inside it, like your standard iron and stuff like that, that when you hit it with another stone, it sings. Let's go find a stone and see if we can find the actual stone. Weapon stone acquired. Now what you're supposed to do is you can tap it, but you can see all the sparkle in the actual rock. It's not this one. Oh, that looks good, doesn't it? That looks well funky. Little cave. It's got to be for something. Is it a mine entrance? Look inside there. But I know where this stone is. So you go up the side of it. It's a bit steep. And watch yourself because you don't want to be falling in the holes. You come up the top. There is slightly other paths. If you Google map it, you'll see a picture of it. And in my knowledge, I think it's that one there. So we'll come down this path. So again, you can just come along the road and come up to it. But I think it's that one. It looks like the stone's been worn down a bit, so I assume it's this one. There you go. Find your stone. There's loads kicking around. You can hate me later for playing Christmas songs. Alright, let's head back to the van and find somewhere to park up for the night. It's getting late. As if I've just been playing Christmas songs on a rock that sounds like music and I got dead excited about it. After what seemed like the perfect day, what a better way to finish it than a sunset drive through some of Scotland's most beautiful scenery. I've come up to the Glen ski resort to park the camper van for tonight. In the morning, you nip in, it's £5 a night to park here, but I want to go on the chairlifts in the morning. Now there is other stuff you can do on this road trip. Let me quickly show you inside the camper van, just for those few people that have not seen this channel before. Over there, we've got a single bed, that's for any time my son decides to stay with me. Up there, I've got some overhead storage, and just above the driver's cab, I've got a suede roof liner. It's embossed suede, it comes from RC Fabrics, and that's me fan. I've got an opening window over that side, a normal window in the sliding door over there, and I've got a fly screen net for the door. When it's midgy season, I like to put that down. We've got the tiled backsplash. This over here is my kitchen, just a normal bog standard sort of kitchen. Comes from VANZ Adventures, it's a great company for lightweight furniture. Even got an extendable table just there. That's my control for my induction hob, because we have no gas in this whole camper van. It's fully electric, hence why we've currently got the air fryer cooking me tea. Over there, we've got a 90-litre fridge freezer. That's the shower and bathroom area just there, and on the back of the van is a double bed sideways. There is a lot more to this van than that. I mean, we've got quite a nice little electrical system going on here. 525 watts of solar up on the roof. If you want to know more about the camper van, let me know. I'll do you a camper van tour. This is something that's baffled me massively with my whole Scottish road trip. That's the sunset in Scotland, in the Highlands, in the Cairngorms as we speak right now. This is my phone. Look at the time. It doesn't get dark in Scotland at the minute. Good morning, everybody. Let me quickly tell you about the other things that you can do on this road trip. If you're into your art galleries, you'll see signs on the side of the road saying art gallery this way, such and such a gallery that way. If you want to stop in them, feel free to stop with them. They're not my sort of thing, so I tend not to do them. You've also got a few other castles. You've got Balmoral you can go to as well. Now, Balmoral I would highly recommend. The only reason I've not done it on this road trip is because I've never done it, my partner's never done it, but it's something we really want to do. And we want to do it together for the first time, to experience it for the first time. There's a pyramid on top of one of the hills. It's called the Prince Albert Cairn. Definitely worth a visit. You could spend a good few hours exploring that place. You've got Braemar as well. It's a lovely little village. If you need to stock up on a few things, walk around a quaint little village, loads of little tiny farm shops and little quaint sort of villagey sort of shops. And then you can carry on the road trip through an amazing valley, which will bring you up to this place right here, which is the Glen ski resort. So in the summer months here, you can go hiking, you can get the chairlift up, and there's 9 Munros you can do. There's 3 different walks. The first one is 3, the second walk is 6, and the third walk, the big walk, depending on your fitness, is 9 Munros. There's a few different variations of the chairlift running up in different directions. Another great summer activity, they have attachments on the side of these chairlifts where you can attach a mountain bike. You can go biking on the bike tracks around here. And in the winter, you've got all your general winter activities like your skiing, your snowboarding. They've got a cafe and all that sort of stuff here too, so everything you could possibly want. When you continue this road trip further down, you head towards sort of Perth area, and there's a few more little stop-offs you can do on the way. I'm going to leave them to your imagination for when you come here. The whole joy of this road trip is exploring and finding new things. You can even finish the road trip completely off and head into Edinburgh, which is, I say, just down that hill. It's about 40 miles down that hill. This whole Scottish road trip so far, I've done without any plumbing inside the campervan. So it's now time for me. I think I really do start to need it, especially with these beautiful days. We're going to leave Scotland and head to my friend's farm to get some plumbing. I've got to install my sink into my tap and plumb all that in. The shower and the shower cubicle to do. The wastewater tank and all the wastewater pipes. First we connected the tap to the worktop by the sink. Plumbed all the tap in, ran the pipes through to the back and dropped the sink back into place. We worked out how we were actually going to install a shower into the shower cubicle and run all the pipes. This fitting was vitally important for that, but then we got it all attached through and plumbed through to the actual back into the garage. So moving on to the tank, we got a 92 litre tank from Tanks Direct. One with a little tap fitting just down there, so I can stick a hose pipe onto it, but I've attached a blue cable, fitted those fittings in with PTFE tape. Just need to add a few more extra holes into that tank. One for the water inlet, one for the vent, and I might even add an overflow. The thing is, my water inlet comes in slightly below the top of the tank, so I can always just use that as an overflow. Once it overflows, I know it's near enough full. We've managed to strap the tank in just for now. We might still leave part of that in. We've got the water inlet and the air inlet. Is it air inlet? Air outlet? It's the vent for the tank. Some of the larger tanks have vents built into them. This one doesn't. It's basically for when the water goes into the tank, the air can escape the tank. From the tank straight up into the water filter, into the Sureflow Trail King 7 water pump over to the accumulator. So without wasting half an hour of your time showing you how to use a push fit fitting, I've gone ahead and put it together, and now I'll explain it. Push fit fittings are literally a case of you push the pipe into the fitting. That creates the seal inside it. You have to make sure the pipe isn't burred, hasn't got any frays, and is cut nice and straight so that it does seal perfectly. We've got the hot and cold from the tap coming through here. That's been pinned to the wall in a number of places. This cable is the cable that runs for the water pump. We've hidden the switch for the water pump just to keep it out of the way. You don't need to have a switch, but this water pump is ran on pressure, so it detects when the pressure has dropped, i.e. when you've opened the tap and the water is starting to come out. That's when it will turn on. However, if you've got a leak in your van, it's best to have a switch that you can turn off to deactivate that pump altogether. That way it just doesn't run and run and run and empty your tank. So we'll start from the actual tank. You've got a water pipe that comes out all the way down there. That comes up here into the water filter or water strainer. That catches everything. I think I've actually put that upside down, so I'm going to have to turn that over. That goes then into the water pump, which is wired positive and negative to the fuse box, but on the positive we've teed off to the switch that we've hidden. Then it goes over into the accumulator. That enables it to keep constant pressure all the time. out of the accumulator, it goes down to the first T-piece, which is this one just here. That goes to the cold on the shower. It then goes to another T-piece, which runs over to the sink. Then it's got straight down, elbows, straight into the water heater just here. It has got a drain pressure relief valve just there, which I still need to sort out. That's got a pipe going off it straight through the floor to outside. That's a safety feature. If it does over pressurize for whatever malfunctional purpose, it'll just open up that valve, drain it straight out the floor. You can always lift it to open it to be able to drain it out the floor too. You've got the hot that comes out of the boiler and it T-pieces just there. That then runs over to the kitchen sink and tees up to the shower just up there. Now it all looks rudimentary and DIY bodged behind there at the moment, but that's because once we've pressure tested it, filled it full of water, tried the hot water, let it expand and contract, then we can start making it look a bit tidier, hide some of the wires, reroute some of the pipework. We just need to make sure it's perfect first. But it's all wired up, it's all put into place. Now we can actually get the fuses, order them and try it out. But while we're waiting for the Amazon order to come out, we can remove the spare wheel carrier from underneath the van. We lined up an old Fiamma 70-litre water tank to use as a wastewater tank underneath the van. Got that bolted up to the chassis. Fitted a simple drain-off valve for the tank. Connected a smoothbore wastewater pipe from the shower trap all the way down to the wastewater tank and secured that up. Drilled another hole underneath the van. That's for the wastewater pipe coming from the sink, and then that wastewater pipe then goes again straight down to the wastewater tank. Tested everything to make sure all the wastewater pipes and there was no leaks. Checked all the pipes for no leaks. Turned the water heater on. Checked that heated up perfectly fine. Tried the shower. Everything was perfect, ready for another adventure. Where else better to go and test out all the new plumbing system than the Lake District? We picked up Danielle, my partner, and we headed north. What an absolute beautiful place to go to. This is Derwentwater down near Keswick. Just a perfect weather, not too hot, not too cold. We had a lovely little walk around the village. There was a little market going on, so we had a little nosy around there. The obligatory Wetherspoons lunch, because why not? We had a lovely little park up that night and just enjoyed some time together. The next morning we went up to Winlatter Forest. And what a place this is. This is my face after a tiring little hike. But we followed the Gruffalo Trail, found a few little things to do, and just, again, enjoyed our time together. That's what it's all about, isn't it? One thing I did notice was a couple of the signposts and pointing you towards different Wainwright Mountains. So that's definitely something I'm going to come back up to the Lake District to do. Let's face it, we had to play a game of ping pong. Everything was there ready for us, and this is how bad I actually was. Why did we get so intrigued on kids' toys? This is like a little water funnel fountain thing. You watch the water go down, you lift it up out. We were here for about half an hour. But tonight's park up, we were in one of my favourite little spots in the North Lakes, sort of between Ullswater and Keswick. Just sat down, enjoyed the weather, watched the night fade away until darkness, where we could go out and start looking for deer. It's famous for them around here. And it was rather surprising to see them so close to us when we did go out and have a look. They could hear every little stone that turned by our footsteps, everything. It was so interesting to watch. This was Danielle's last day with me, so she needed to get back to do work and stuff. What better way to celebrate the last day than Error Force? This is a National Trust site. It's on the banks of Ullswater in the Lake District. It's well worth it. I dropped Danielle off and I decided I've been away for a few weeks, so I wanted to go to Norfolk to see my son. However, that meant a stopover at Matlock Bath. There was one walk that I really wanted to do. It's called Giddy Edge. It was quite a hike to get up there. Found the map on OS Maps app, and you are right on the cliff. Just look at that. It's even making my stomach turn right now looking at the footage. But it wasn't long until we found Giddy Edge. After Giddy Edge, I went round for just a nosy around the local area. Found loads of caves and caverns. It was really quite cool to explore. I'm assuming most of it is old mine works, maybe? I don't know. If you know, let me know in the comments. A either way, it was definitely a bit spooky. But after this, it was time to head over to Norfolk for our park up. That's the view outside my window tonight. Oh, that's wow cool. I'm parked down a US military base. It's got a big airfield and stuff like that. And I'm wondering whether or not I can actually camp down here tonight. There's some activity going on here. Hey look, there's the van. And you got that thing coming in just there. How cool is that? Like, yeah. Wow! I'm geeking out far too much. I bet all the wildlife tonight will be really cool around here too. Oh, it looks like there's one about to take off. That was awesome. American car about to go over the track when the airplane's just coming in. Top Gun theme going through my head. Let's head back down to the van to see what I've got in for tea later. Oh yes, the van looks good. I've got it booked in Tuesday for some wrap work to get done. I can't wait to show you what's actually getting wrapped on this. It's only a simple one, just a simple few bits and pieces, get it ready for the Dubbed Out Festival at the end of the month. And that's because I'm on the show and shine field, so I want the van to be perfect for that. Plus it's giving me a deadline to get everything else sorted I need to get sorted on this van. You know, like the B-pillar covers down there, a little box section with some extra lights in it, I don't know, just little bits and bobs that I need to get sorted. All right, food. What food have I got in? See what I mean? I've not got that much stuff in here at all, so I may need to go out to a shop. Oh, got some cheese, some Lurpak, a pineapple and some beer. Interesting. What about the freezer? I've got some chicken and a small pizza. I've got some wraps as well, so chicken wraps it is, I guess. I'll get that out shortly. I'm not really that hungry at the minute. Whoa, that sounds amazing from inside. What? I've lost count of how many times I've heard a plane and I've been like, jumped in, shut my shoes on it, quickly had a look out. This is a really, really, really bad spot for me to want to sit down and do some work. So I keep hearing things and go, wow, what's that? What's this? Well, I mean, like, we've got the foresty area just there. We've got the everybody needs to keep out because it might blow up land just over there. And I'm just loving this. This is awesome. Oh, there's two of them. Let's try and get a good spot to watch them take off. Oh, there's three, four of them. Wow, they're proper roaring. Time for me to go for a shower. I've pulled the toilet out just there. I've got all my shower stuff in there. My towel is just there. This is only going to be the second time I've had a shower in this van. Then again, the shower's only been installed for a few days. I've shut the curtains. I've got the Voyager Venture VANZ blinds up the front. You can guarantee as soon as I shut this door, turn the shower on, start getting all lathered up, I'm going to get the knock on the door, aren't I? Never in my life realised just how nice it is, how much of a luxury it is to have a shower in your camper van. I feel so good, it's unbelievable. That was a really good shower. But you can definitely tell that I parked on the one because all the water came into one corner of the actual shower room. So I had to get my Karcher out and I carted it down to the actual plug hole that's all the way down there. I'm well chuffed with that. I'm slowly getting used to having all these new electronics in the camper van. What a perfect way to end a pretty damn good day, to be fair. I've been on cloud 9 all day. Bottle of Budweiser. I'm only having one because, well, let's face it, I'm parked on a military base. I could get moved off at any second. But no, wait there. I'm going to put that there and hide it for a bit. I've just seen the police are over in the car park just over there. See them over there? I'm being good, honest. They're still sat there though. I'm going to keep an eye on them for a bit. So it'll be interesting to see if he does come down here. Now inside that car park, there is no camping signs, which is the main reason I'm not actually in that car park. I'm just on like a lay-by on the side of the road. Here you go, I'll show you. It's dead simple. It's just a road that runs directly into the actual airbase, and that's where I am. So I'm just sort of on a grass verge on the side. There is another van just down there. Yep, I think they're coming down the road. I could see the headlights coming down. Can you see the headlights? I class myself as being quite lucky there. They just drove past. But the thing is, I didn't see them drive up there. So they must have come out of the military base and drove down here. So are they going to come back? Good morning. I didn't get moved off. In fact, I slept really, really well straight through. It's what, 7:30 now? Quick coffee time. The car park's looking quite busy down there, so I'll go for a little walk down there in a minute. A little bit more alive now. Van's parked, so let's go for a walk. Look at that crafter. How cool is that? Got a full deck chair on the roof. Nothing's really happening down here this morning, so I'm going to take the opportunity, make a beeline down to Norfolk, spend a cracking weekend with my son. Here's the van on the camping pitch down in Norfolk, actually on an electric hookup. It's quite a budget way of doing it, to be fair. It's plugged in there, goes round into the back door, which is just there. Open the back door, and we've got one of these. It's just one of those camping electric hookups with the little consumer unit switch thing on there. Just plug the energy into that. I will do an electric hookup one day. We've got the swivel seats. They've been turned. That's just sort of where I'm sat for a bit. You've got little Jacob sat there. He's loving life. These sorts of campsites, they're not my sort of thing, but Jacob loves it. He's got the swimming. We've done the evening entertainment, all that sort of stuff. He absolutely loves it. So it's nice to just stay on one spot. It's all included. Let him do it. And it's cost me, I think, £76 for this little adventure down here. It's not bad, is it? But the electric hookup connected straight into the inverter on the UPS function means I don't even need to turn the inverter on. All my plugs, my induction hob, everything still works. I've got my battery charger in there, so I can plug my Victor on battery charger if my batteries are low. But if we have a little look on the screen, my battery's not low. I can also plug my water heater in there if I need a shower, but the shower's on site. And just before we leave, we're actually leaving tomorrow. This is our second night we've had on here. I can empty the toilet, I can top up my water, I can just do all the amenities and the admin bits that I need to do to the van before I head on the road again. What are we doing tomorrow, Jacob? We're going down to the zoo. It's going to be good. I never really knew just how valuable it was to actually have the plumbing in the camper van. See, I've had like 3 months without plumbing in the camper van, and now I've got the tap, I've got the shower, the boiler, hot water. It's absolutely amazing. I've had like 3 showers now. It was definitely worth having that week off, just sort of on that farm, getting it all sorted. You'll notice up to this point, the past couple of weeks I've been quite sociable. That's because I struggled with a few things while I was up in Scotland, a few things which I didn't really show on camera. Things like I was waking up with the mentality of, what do I do today? It's hard to explain how I was feeling. Like I didn't have a purpose. I've never had that. You've got to think, I'm now 37 years old, and since the age of 11, I've been working solid, always being told what to do, when to do it, how to do it, school, teachers, parents, work, employment. And now I'm here, and I can tell myself what to do. And I just couldn't grasp it in my own mind. So I thought, do you know what, I might be a little bit lonely, and I'm a sociable person as a general, so I decided I would spend some time on that farm that my friend owns. I can speak to my friends and have a bit of sociality, and then I can go with Danielle up to the Lake District and I can spend some more time with her. I can go down to Norfolk, I can see my son, and this is all while I'm trying to figure out what's the next step in my own brain. Everything's always been planned out by somebody else, and now it's me. It just baffled my mind ever so slightly. I think all I've got to do is these B pillow covers, probably a little step to go down there, B-pillar cover all the way down there, and wire up this light just here. I think I'm just going to do a bog standard simple light to go like a little switch up here somewhere maybe. I don't know. I can pick up some wood, and I've got my power tools and my inverter and stuff like that, so I can easily get it chopped and changed and stuff. The thing is, I'm thinking about covering it with like a suede that goes up round there, over the B-pillar cover, up over the top just there, and down the A-pillar as well. That might be quite smart, but have I got enough time to do that before the Dubbed Out Festival? I don't know. Oh yes, you got it on. You got that one on. Getting ready for the last night in the camper van. We've done the washing up. Jacob's settled down for the night. We've got the Voyage Adventure van blinds up on the window just to keep some of the heat in, keep the light out. It's been an absolute pleasure. But we're going to be back down again in, what, 3 weeks, 2 weeks maybe? Got a big adventure plan. We're going, where are we going? From Norfolk all the way down to Somerset. It's going to be a good little road trip, that is. The next morning, we decided, it's the last morning, we'll come and have a little go in the arcade just before we actually head off. Going off to the zoo today. What did you do wrong?
I nearly landed on a win. I was right there, close.
Oh, wow. So this game's quite cool. You put the coin in there, it rolls out there, and you've got to get it either on the win or on the Monopoly. If it goes on the Monopoly, it spins that. Oh, no, you're still on the black. You didn't get that one.
I got it on the Monopoly, I did.
Yeah, but you've got to get the whole coin on the Monopoly. You can't have any touching the black.
This is
Oh, see, that's just on. Whoa. Oh, you got a win on that one. What did you win? I don't know how you win.
More tickets.
Is it?
More tickets.
Oh yeah, you've got ticket numbers at the top there that tell you how many tickets you're going to get. Because we come here once a month, we've actually been collecting all of our tickets for the last couple of times that we've been, saved them up, so we're going to spend them today. We'll try a little rapid fire. What you do, you get loads of coins, you put them all in a line. You put them in the 2p machine and hold them against the top, and then just... and then like that. Come on, let's see if we can do it. Show me the money.
We've got nothing.
Nah, go on then. Oh, that went straight. It's okay, because if you get it in the middle on the next time, you'll be fine. We're back at the van. Now, it's just sort of a case of tidy everything up, ready for getting on the road to go to the zoo. First thing first, we've got to open that cupboard just there, because that's where the kettle goes. It literally is, when you've got a fully sustainable off-grid camper van, one that doesn't have an awning and all this sort of setup stuff, it literally takes 5 minutes to set up and get going. Same when you're packing down as well, it takes about 20 minutes to pack down. I've already taken the toilet over and disposed of all that sort of stuff. I've just got to put things away now. When I literally got here, we pulled in and straight away just parked up and went swimming. That was it. We were set up as soon as we were parked up. Just a 5-minute case of swiveling the seats. Air fryer goes down there. This collapsible bowl, which I basically just use as a draining tray, just collapses down into absolutely nothingness. And then that top cupboard just there, that's all it does. It opens up and slots just up there. Everything has its own place. I really want to get my seats reupholstered into, like, I don't know, I'm thinking like a tan leather interior with some funky coloured stitching. I don't know, I just reckon it'll go really nice with like the darker grey under there and under there. That'll be a job for when I've got a bit more money. So if you can, shameless plug, like and subscribe. But to swivel them, it's just these screws just here. Now if you don't know, the VW Crafter, the new shape, is pretty much a pain to do the swivel seats. There's only one company that do a swivel seat base, R&J Camper Solutions, and I'll tell you why. If we lift up that and lift up this one just here, you can see that whole contraption there. It's a bit dirty, but see that fuse box? Not every van has got a fuse box there, or if you have, it's level with the ground underneath. So this has to lift up with this handle over the top of that fuse box so that it can swivel. So it's just a simple case of swivel it around, line it up, lower it back down, and then you slop these lids down, and then you line up the holes on the top bracket to the holes on the bottom bracket. That's not lined up, so give it a little jiggle, and boof, there's the first hole. That's 6 of these, and I basically put this first one in, give it a jiggle until it's in perfect, and then go and do the other corner, the opposite side. That way they're all lined up and you can slop them all in. We undone the electric hookup from down there, and now it's a case of we've got to drive as far forward as possible so that we don't hit that when we turn. Jacob, have you seen this one down here? He's super cool. Oh wow, they're so cute, aren't they?
Up close as well.
Wow, look how close they are. Hey Jacob, have you seen the leopard tortoise in the back over there? There's another one just there as well. I think that's actually a sulcata tortoise.
There's two over there.
Oh yeah, there's two more there. How cool are they, Jacob? They're well cool.
Got a massive one.
Basically, because we've got membership, we get the regular emails, and they said the drill monkey, or gorilla, whatever it is, he had a baby, or she had a baby. So we're going to go up and have a look at that. That and the bat-eared foxes, they've got a couple of extra ones of them to restart the breeding program. Did you like the bat-eared foxes?
Loved it.
They were cool, weren't they? But this is the drill enclosure, and I can't see any out in the massive enclosure, so there might be inside. Oh, look, there's one. That's the mum. So she got the baby on her? No, but the dad is the big boy. Well, look at him. He's absolutely massive.
Purple bot.
So I'm wondering whether they didn't actually have a baby yet. I know they had one last year, but if the mum's outside... Wait there, what's that down that corner?
Come on.
Oh, yeah, so maybe they've got another female in here now. Coming to the reptile house and the nocturnal house. You probably won't see anything in the nocturnal, but there's an eye. Have you seen anything, Jacob?
No.
I'll put this in. Oh, you can see it better on camera, Jacob. You can't see it that bright in real life. Can you see, Jacob?
Oh my gosh.
So much brighter on camera, isn't it? I'll go back and have a look at that in a minute. Anyway, I've got the royal python enclosure. You got one there, there's one there. Can we see it? Oh, there's one down there. They're quite cool. And all these crazy little mice. Time for crazy golf. How many did you get in a hole in on the first one?
One.
Hole in one. And I was attempting to try and beat him. If anybody knows a story with me and him and golf, he always seems to win, but I always be the cocky one. It just took me 14 goes to get it up that ramp and into that hole. You either hit it all the way up and it comes back down, or what? Let's see how Jacob can do it. Go on, Jacob. Whoa! Whoa! Not that hard, dude. Go on, dude, you can do it. Pay attention. Nice and gentle. You've got this. Go on. Go on. 3, 2, 1. Too hard. Oh! Oh, so close. This one's quite tricky. You've got to get over the mountain and then into the hole. I nearly got a hole in one. What's Jacob going to do? Well, any harder and he would have hit the rhinos that are just there. It's like a whole savannah sort of thing. So you've got 2 rhinos, a couple of giraffes. What was those deer that were in here? Blessbok?
Yeah.
The Blessbok? It's just an African plain. It's called Africa Alive. So it's all the African animals. It's been quite cool. Oh, look, there's a giraffe just there. It's been quite cool. We saw the baby get born about 2 years ago. Got a couple more rhinos, another giraffe over there. This is always quite cool. It's the lion enclosure. So it's like an overhead thing. You can come up and have a look. Can you find any, Jacob?
No.
No, is there none around today? Oh, I bet they're either in a tree or in their actual indoor habitat. That's the worst thing about coming to Jacob is when I have to leave. Absolutely ruins me. Found a way to make things a little bit better. It used to ruin me for like 2 weeks, so now I just come and see him a lot more. Costs a lot of money. I mean, I spent it with fuel, accommodation, the holiday parks, food, everything like that. Plus I like to spoil him a little bit with like the arcade and stuff. Cost me best part of 350 quid every single time I come down here. Next time it's going to be even more expensive because I'm coming down to Norfolk to pick him up, to run over to Somerset to take him to see my mum and my dad. They're down there, again, off-grid sort of stuff. Spend a few days down there before we come back up here to drop him off. We've got a night in the zoo. We go there, I think it's 5:30 till 8:30 at night. It's a night time to see the night time. It's still going to be daylight, so the kids are going to love it, but we're booked in for that on the 3rd. That's going to be absolutely awesome. But it used to knock me off for 2 weeks. Now, I found if I do a drive for 5 hours, then at least the next couple of days I can be productive. And I've got a lot of editing to do over the next couple of days. 5 hours normally gets me to Lake District, sort of area, so that's about where I'm heading. That's also the reason why I never go to the Peak District straight from here, because I'm no use to anybody when I'm absolutely ruined and heartbroken. But 16 days and I'll be back down to see him again. Actually, what I might do is head around the northwest area. Can you hear that? I think I've got a wheel bearing on the way out. I might have to get around the northwest and then I can phone up my contacts at the garage and see if I can get the van booked in to get that checked out. Which, to be fair, I could do with the front brakes being done as well. I've done 50,000 miles in this van and I've never had the brakes done. I've got to get the van washed Tuesday tomorrow it's going to be going down the wrap shop. It's getting some wrap work done on the outside. It's coming along slowly. Let's just quickly run through what we've done. So we've got the trim just up here on the edge, and now that looks absolutely perfect. We've done it on that side too. We suede lined all the way around the B pillars, and that looks absolutely awesome. That come from RC Fabrics. Just trim it down. There's a few things I don't like about it. This side, where the seat belt actually bolts onto the floor, the bolt was already rounded off, so I've had to do a little cut just there. I figured if I do the cut there, because when I'm sat in the front I'm looking forward, and when I'm sat in the back I'm looking forward, so I can't really see it, so that's good enough. Still got some little edges to do and stuff like that, but I wired up the light, and that's the light for over the sliding door. I love it. It's absolutely awesome. And if we go in the back doors, how nice does that look? We've got the material on absolutely perfectly. On that note, let me show you the wrap, because on the top at the back we've got the YouTube tag, so you definitely know who's you're going to be following. We've got new windows on the side, because, well, they're fake windows. It's a gloss black wrap, and yeah, that shape looks a lot better than what I had on previously. We've got the black line that goes down the side with the YouTube tag just there, but the best is on the bonnet. Whoosh. So it follows the actual curves of the van's bonnet, so there's actual natural lines there, and we tied it in with that piece down the bottom there. Oh, I'm absolutely in love with it. But I'm parked up because tomorrow the van's due to go to the garage to get some work done to it. That's up in Stockport near Manchester, so we're just going to chill here and go for a little walk up Billinge Hill. Highest point in Merseyside. That's how flat Merseyside is. 79 metres above sea level. There it is, just all the way up there. These are the guys that have saved me an absolute fortune and stopped me getting scammed out of £4,500, a full engine rebuild, just solely because these know what they're talking about when it comes to German vehicles. So that's what I've done. I've got a problem with one of my wheel bearings. I have a feeling it might be gone. Someone commented, I had a clip while I was driving, and they said, is your wheel bearing gone? I can hear it. And I was like, ever since then, it's been drilling into my mind as, is it really gone? I can hear something, but I don't quite know if it's the all-terrain tyres wearing down a little bit. I don't know. But it's also been over 40,000 miles since I've had the brakes checked. So while I'm here, I may as well get them checked too. This is bizarre. They gave me a courtesy car, and it just took me like 10 minutes to figure out how to start it. It's got a key, like a proper normal key, but I've just figured out it's keyless entry. And it's got one of them things, like automatic things, and I couldn't find like where the drive was, so I've figured all that out. And then I've got flappy paddle things, and I didn't even know how to work them or whether I need to work them. Turns out I don't. But now I'm sat in Morrison's car park because I want to go like grab myself some snacks for the day sort of thing, and my foot's on the brake. I've put it into park, but when I stopped it turned itself off, the normal stop start sort of thing. But then because it's like a push button start, I don't know whether or not the engine's off or not, and it's like proper baffling me. I mean, that light's on, so, but none of the dashboard lights are on. I pressed that once after I stopped, but then the screen's up, so I don't know. Do I just take the seatbelt off, and what happens if I open the door? Oh yes, there we go. So take my foot off the brake, do I? Yeah, I am in park. Right, it's not rolling away. It's the first time I've driven something smaller than a van in about a year. I got my hair cut yesterday, and even more grey's starting to come through. This is where I've come for a little walk. Now, I'm over here in this like little parking area, and apparently you can walk up to here and see the airport over there really nicely. Can't say no to free parking and waste a bit of time, can you? It's just a lovely little path just like this. The airport's over there somewhere. I hope this weather stays good for the Lake District over the weekend. That'll be well cool. It's going to be busy up there though. School kids break up today. I think that's the airport just there. Oh yeah, look at that EasyJet going off. Yeah, there's the plane that's just took off. There's Manchester Airport. How cool is that? Big A380 double deck Airbus jumbo jet. I got the van back after she had some new brakes, shot up to the Lake District to meet up with 7 random strangers off TikTok for a planned adventure weekend. It's the next morning, we're heading down to Grasmere to go up Helm Crag as a group. That's going to be quite cool. Now I can't fit at the parking area where these are going, so I'm going to park down in Grasmere itself. Hopefully I can get a spot big enough for me to actually fit in without being too much of an inconvenience. One of the lads, he's going to give me a lift up to their parking area. That's quite nice of him, isn't it? I'm a little bit nervous about this. A lot of the people we're with seem to be an awful lot fitter than me, so I'm sort of like, am I going to be the fat third wheel stood at the back of the hill going But doesn't the Lake District look absolutely beautiful? We were right up on the highest point of the highest mountain pass in the UK last night, up on Kirkstone Inn. It was absolutely beautiful, but we woke up in the clouds and boy did it get a bit chilly last night. I set out at the start of this year wanting to make new friends that have all got the same interest. I wanted to push myself outside my comfort zone, and that's exactly what this is about. So there was a person on TikTok, she started up a group, Shannon Lawford, and we all just met up at the Lake District for a full weekend packed. We're on our way up Helm Crag at the minute, and it was absolutely amazing. I have no idea what I was so nervous about. We got chatting to near enough everybody there. We all had various different interests in common. One of the lads, I still talk to him a month later. It's absolutely awesome. It's amazing how you can make friends for life on random encounters just like this. But we're nearing the summit of Helm Crag. This is a Wainwright that I've been wanting to tick off for quite a while, so it was great that I got to do it with a load of new friends. I think the group was called Peaks and Passages. Check them out on TikTok. I think they're on Facebook too. But it wasn't long before the summit of Helm Crag came into view. Just stayed at the top, got a load of pictures, headed back down and had a dip in one of the little streams that were down there. It was well needed after that hot hike. We finished off in the best place possible, a bar. That night, which is our second night together, it was our last night together. We all stayed on a campsite, Bay Brown's campsite in the Langdales of the Lake District. It's got a lovely river by the side. We could all get a hot shower after that hot hike, and it was just absolutely perfect. We decided we'd go for a little jump inside one of the stream pools. Oh boy, that was fun.
Come on then, Chuckle Brothers! Woo! You got a video, please?
Now that wild swim was absolutely insane. Whew, I still can't feel my fingers, it was that cold. It's good. Anyway, the weather started to come down now. Apparently it's like this for the night. It's absolutely insane. Times like this, I actually wish I kind of had a bit of an awning so I could still be outside while it was chucking it down. To be fair, I probably still can. One of the lads has got an awning up, so I might go around there in a minute. Yeah, I think the rain's coming down a little bit too hard. Look at the big river underneath all the vans. But the rain did ease off enough to have a campfire. It's evenings like this that sort of make me want to fit an awning to the side of the camper van. You know what? I had to pick out the double marshmallow holder while everyone had one. Thankfully though, the rain eased off through the night and the weather got even better the next morning. It was still very wet in the air, but Cathedral Caves was on the agenda for today. Via Slater's Bridge, obviously. I'm really excited for today because Cathedral Caves has been on my list for so long. However, I've just not been able to find anywhere to be able to park a van of my size safely. So I've just never done it. However, this time we could park on the campsite. Luckily, we go through the big tunnel going down to there. This will open up into a big area with a big window. And that's all I thought was actually here. My mind was blown when I saw the rest of it. Just outside the main window of the cave, there was another path with a bit of a scramble and then loads of other little mini tunnels going all throughout the cave system. It was awesome. Because of the rain, some of them were a bit flooded. All I can say for this one is thankfully I had a torch on my phone. It was pitch black. After getting out the other side, we chilled out for a little bit and then we could hear Waterfall, so we wanted to go and find that. After the Waterfall, heading back towards the campsite where we'd all parked our camper vans and cars, we stumbled across this cool little quarry. When we got back to the campsite, it was time for everyone to sort of start saying their goodbyes and packing up their camper vans and leaving. Everyone had to sort of get back to normal life, normal realities, all that sort of stuff. Me, however, I had a few days to kill in the Lake District, so do you know what I did? I stayed on the campsite an extra night and decided to go for a big drive that night. Went for a little drive down to what I imagine to be the best view in the Lake District, looking over Derwent Water towards Catbowles. It was early in the evening, so I decided I'd go for a little walk down my local sort of deer spot, try and spot some deer, but they weren't out already. But we did spot some Highland cows. I absolutely love Highland cattle. If you want to be technical, their actual name is Highland Cur, as in C-O-O, not C-O-W. That's something I've learnt on the road. See, I'm smart, mate. The weather in the Langdales just really wasn't on our side once again. Oh, it's chucking it down. I'm going to sit here, continue doing some work and just chill out. This is the thing about the Lake District. The weather comes and goes as quick as it can. But this has been on most of the night now. The ground's a bit sloshy, but at least I got a decent park up here last night. There's a walk going at the bottom of the campsite, turn right, left. Dungeons Gill, big waterfall. With all this rain, I have a feeling that's going to be absolutely gushing down. Plus, there's a lot of Wainwrights over there, so it might be a nice little one just to go up and have a little look at the waterfall. Done 27,000 steps yesterday, so I'm not 100% sure I'll be able to do all those Wainwrights, but it looks good. Go down and sort of scout it out, go up to Sickle Town maybe, have a look at Dungeons Gill waterfall when the rain stops. Weather forecast says in about an hour and a half, so I've got about an hour and a half worth of footage and stuff to do, some editing, and then I'll get ready and go for a little move. We pulled out and parked up just down the road in the Langdales, and I thought, you know what, there's a Wainwright up there, Silverhow, I'm going to have a plod up there, but I've not eaten today. So this is the thing with van life, nobody judges you on what you're eating. Cinnamon cereal. Now, actually saying that, people do judge you hard on what you eat when you're living in a van. The sort of, especially if you put it out online, put a video out online of me just making normal bog standard food, and Jesus. But the hike starts over there, goes up and over that, and then over the other side. I'm hoping there's no big scrambles because it looks a bit scrambly, but the weather is only just starting to cheer up. You can see it's still chucking it down over there. Oh my god, it's the first bit of sun we've had. Oh, there's a pheasant. Oh, there's a pheasant just run off. I wish I got that on camera, that'd be quite cool. It literally, I don't know, all night, and it's like mid-afternoon now, the next day. Oh, didn't realise my legs were this battered after yesterday's hike. You can definitely tell we've had a lot of rain. It's just pure bog. Having to be really, oh god, that's even wetter. Head back to that campsite that I was on last night. They had a walk from there up towards Dungeons Gill, which is like quite a popular big waterfall. I don't know, maybe that might be something to look at. I've not really looked at that too much on the map, but I know it's down there, so I might go and have a little play with that now the sun's come out. I got back to the campsite and the heavens have just opened again. It's supposed to be sunny now. The weather forecast says sun, but I guess that's what happens when it comes to the mountains. At least I can say it's dried up. It's still dead overcast. It looks like it's going to chuck it down again, but I took the opportunity. I got out for a walk, got the raincoat just in case. We are in the Lake District and it is summer, that means rain. You wouldn't think it's like late July at the moment. 2 minutes ago I recorded that last one. It's now raining. There's Dungeons Gill, just about there. You can see it just like that. One of the best waterfalls in the Lake District apparently. I just had to take a second to sort of stand back and just admire this beauty. This is where I'm living at the minute. I mean, only for another day or two and then I'm back down to Knutsford for the Dubbed Out Festival. That's going to be awesome. This is properly dangerous. You can literally just walk and get lost so easily. There's so many paths going off to so many different things, especially if you're going up in the mountains. The low-lying cloud, it's mental. But you can't really get much better scenery than that, can you? I believe that's one of the things that sort of makes you feel so small in the Lake District or in any mountainous areas. You are nothing within this whole landscape. However, you could cause so much damage. It's absolutely beautiful, isn't it? I just carried on walking, following what was essentially a sheep track. And Dungeons Gill got closer and closer, so let's actually try and walk there. After what seemed like only 5 minutes of walking along the side of the hills, which actually turned out to be quite a few miles, we got to Dungeons Gill. But it said Sickle Tarn Gill, and it was just loads of steps going up along the side of the actual river, the stream coming down from the waterfall. Look at that. I couldn't complete the hike solely because the light was starting to fade and I just followed OS maps coming back. I've got no head torch or anything with me for nighttime hiking, so I needed to get back before darkness. That's when I spotted this. Look at that owl and listen to it, pure silence. I can honestly say I stood here for 25 minutes watching this owl. It went all the way around me, around about 3 or 4 times, and then it finally found a meal and went off into the trees to enjoy it. I'm just about to leave the campsite. That was actually a really, really good sort of off-grid campsite, I'm going to say that much at least. It was Bay Browns in the Langdales in the Lake District, and do you know what? Decent showers, good pressure on the cold water, so it only took a few minutes to actually fill up my water tank. Thank you for the 90 litres of fresh water that I've just pinched. Emptied my toilet and everything. It's nice and clear, there's loads of decent walks around. And guess how much it cost? Now, there is no electric hookup. What are you swinging for? There is no electric hookup, there is no amenities like that. You've got showers, you've got clean toilets, you've got a freezer that you can chuck your freezer stuff in and whatever. £12.50 per person. For me, that's great. I would imagine that would get quite expensive if you were coming down here for a week with 4 kids and stuff like that. I think there is a cheaper rate for the kids. Sorry about that swinging. I've got a gonk hanging from my actual mirror thing just there. And I'm on the way out the campsite. I think I'm actually... You can stop swinging now, buddy. There we go. I think I'm going to head down towards Coniston, but today is the day that I'm going to start heading towards the Dubbed Out Festival. Now all I need to do is stock up on food, do my laundry, get the van washed, because I'm on the show and shine field on Sunday, so I want to do that closer to there. Worst case scenario, you get it washed down here and then all of a sudden bang, you hit a bird on the way home and it splats all over your windscreen. You don't want that, do you? We're down at one of those Revolut laundrette things, getting the laundry done. I thought, you know what, big fat meal before I get to the festival. A foot long chicken and bacon sandwich with loads of chips and stuff. Oh, I didn't know Subway did chips. Now, we had just over a week at Dubbed Out Festival because we were there for pre-filming things. When everybody else turned up, things got messy. They've just said, I've just been summoned by the nuns. They say they've got something special for me. And I can't say no to nuns, look. Down in one. Down in one. All the best. Cheers. Plunge. Anyway, son. Right, no, that's that. Next one. Get it down here. Next. No, I'm playing drinking game with the bands, mate. Next. This ain't fair. Next. I can't.
You're not a fucking bloke, are you?
No, fuck off.
We're all kind of campers. You can do it. I've saved you one there.
Nuns are bad influences. They're fucking... What is that? Because that's going to kill him. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. That's not fair. You didn't guess the ring. You guessed the ring.
Bless you.
It was a full-on week of just pure drinking games and stuff until we got E17 round to play drinking games with us. This was a bizarre turn of events.
Fucking Rod must have been on that.
Done well.
Yeah, Rod's on it, you daft kid.
You can't say Rod.
Right, fuck it. Right,
Here we go, we've got him addicted.
right, here we go, right. I'm fucking the bollocks at this game.
After that, E17 went on, did their full performance down at the Dubbed Out Festival, which was absolutely mind-blowing.
Oh, don't leave me alone like this. Don't you say it's the final kiss. Don't you say
We managed to grab E17 for just a quick one. How was today?
Oh, it was wicked, man. Yeah, brilliant crowd, really good energy. We had a lot of fun.
Yeah, the crowd's a totally different vibe to anywhere here, isn't it? Everyone's just loving life, aren't they?
Yeah, it was one of them where we walked on stage, it was just, from the offset, everyone was on the vibe, and we're like, yes, love these
You
ones.
really drew the whole crowd in. It was great to see you. It's great to meet you. Thanks for coming out. I really appreciate it.
Oh,
Thanks for your time, guys.
Cheers, man. Thank you.
Thanks ever so much. The lineup was absolutely mind-blowing at the Dubbed Out Festival. Top loader played next. Top loader, straight off stage. How did that go for you?
Awesome, loved it. What a lovely festival, dubbed out, in the tent, hot and sweaty.
Beautiful day outside. Yeah, we had an absolute ball.
How do you rate the dubbed out supporters?
Matt, they were a lovely crowd. I mean, they're super warm. They're as good as it gets, man. Up north, it's always good support up north.
That's it, always good support up north. Thanks ever so much. You go and chill out. Thanks ever so much for being with us. I've done a full video on this. If you want to check it, go back and check my previous videos. It's 100% worth the watch. The next up was Kelly Lorena, K-Class, and then Scratch. Next day was a fun day. You see, Colin, the Yorkshire Pop Top, and Van Hippie that were already there. They're both on Instagram and TikTok, YouTube, all that sort of stuff. There was pranks going around, let's just say that. Colin's favourite question to interview the bands with was, do you know what an upside down pineapple is? So that was a running joke then. I found a rusty old pineapple from inside my fridge that had been there for about 3 weeks, stuck a ribbon through it, stuck it on his van, and then got everybody around, all the photographers. Oh look, take pictures of Colin's van. That was quite amusing. But then the show and shine was the next day whilst I was extremely hungover, and the pranks got reverted back to me. Yes, I am very, very hungover. Inside is decked out. Now I've done this setup to let people come in, just for those ones who are thinking, do you know what I could do with a bigger van? They can come in and just have a look at it and see what's what. Air fryers out just to show people you can go fully electric in a van. I've got most of the LED lights on, the ones on the ceiling. Got my stickers down there, and some VANZ Adventures cards for if anybody wants to know about the furniture. They've got the details there. I'm literally just letting people come in and out and just looking around and stuff. And he's just gone, what's that on your worktop? Oh, it's an air fryer. It's just an air fryer. I'm fully electric, gloating about solar power. There's no next to it. What? Colin's just been round and pineappled me, so I've moved it. One of my YouTube friends, yeah, it looks like he's got stung on his front wheel now. Let's see his reaction when he comes back. That's his mate. I want to go show him. Come with me. Got to be inconspicuous, but what do you see on his van, on his wing mirror?
Yeah,
it's been there for about 20 minutes. all these little old ladies are walking past going, woo. That's that, we're winding down. They've got the show and shine results in about half an hour. We're done. I am absolutely shattered. What a good time that's been. By this point, I'd sobered up enough to where I could start driving again, because the night before, well, what happens at Dubbed Out Festival stays at Dubbed Out Festival. But we finished there, packed up the van, got the results for the show and shine. I was in the best VW crafter category and obviously best to show category. I failed on both because there was another crafter there that was full on Mad Max, external roll cage throughout the whole thing. Oh, it was absolutely mental. So he well deserved the trophy for that one. Time to fill up the water bottle and get on the road. I have a long drive to do now. I woke up here on the Norfolk Broads this morning. You see, I've come down to Norfolk to be able to pick up my son. He's broke up from school on the summer holidays now, so I'm going to take him away for a week. My mum lives in Somerset. She hasn't seen Jacob for around about 6 months. So it's pick up Jacob, drive 7 hours, or what I thought was 7 hours suddenly turned into a 10-hour drive because of traffic, down to Somerset to have a week down there with him. My mum lives 11 months of the year in a huge lodge static caravan thing, and I just parked next to hers and enjoyed a week with Jacob. You should see what we got up to. Started the week off as a ginger would start the week off, sunburning all the patches in his back from where there's no back hair. You can't beat a bit of paddleboarding. The next day, you've got to keep in mind this is Jacob's birthday week. His birthday isn't until after he goes back home, but we wanted to celebrate it while my mum was there, so it was all about him this week. We went to a dinosaur park / mini zoo because, as you know, if you've watched this channel before and you've subscribed, we love animals, we love wildlife, and we love zoos. Jacob was truly in his element at this stage because he's autistic, and one of his autistic traits is he can tell you all the scientific names for all the dinosaurs and what dinosaur period they were actually around.
Granddaddy, enjoying some of those. I did.
Quick, we've got to make it back for the sea lion show.
At 2:45 we've got a balloon talk, and at 3:30 we've got a game.
Oh, record
They had this cool little train thing where you drive up and the train just stops and it tells you to look at the waterfall. All of a sudden I could see the water in the background starting to absolutely gush down the hill, and I thought, hold on a second, we're parked here, is this going to absolutely drench us? I know Jacob, it's his first time. You can see the water coming down, you can see it. The next day was something close to my heart. My dad used to take me fossil hunting on this beach. Now I get to do it with Jacob. Oh, this is going to be amazing.
Holy love. Holy mother of mothing.
That was absolutely amazing. The photos, the memories, he absolutely loved it as well, which made it 10 times better. We fossil hunted from behind their campsite round over to the nearest village, and they do a steam train for tourists. Jacob's never been on a steam train. This should be fun. We even got an absolutely cool little visit from a Chinook that was flying dead low underneath the radar across the sea right outside their campsite. But the next day saw us at another zoo with a massive aquarium, apparently the biggest breeding program in Britain. All these super cool animals, all these little feeding talks, all the effort everyone put in to make this place absolutely special, and the highlight of it was a peacock called Gary. The peacock kept coming into like the cafe area where it's all fenced off. He can't get in, but he's found a way to get in. He goes underneath the actual play area, indoor play area, goes in and mixes with all the kids, and everyone's chasing him around. Come on, Gary, get out, Gary. They're doing the talks and Gary's chirping above every...
Albino means it's only because it's pure white and red eyes. Good job,
We left Somerset, come back to Norfolk, a night at the zoo. Check that out, we've got giraffe talk, we've got lion talk, we've got loads of stuff to do. Let little man burn some energy off after that long 7-hour drive all the way back to Norfolk. Got the giraffes up there, you've got the blessbok up on top of the hill. They're not fighting, Jacob.
They were tapping their horns together, we're just fighting.
They're not fighting up there, they're just sort of, I don't know, they're showing each other appreciation. That's how we shake hands if we were them.
No, that's not.
Yeah,
They were fighting.
No, they weren't. They were just headbutting each other.
They're deer, and when deer fight, they put their horns together, and that is a fight when I see one.
It's been nice over the last years watching the baby actually grow up. You got two of the giraffes over there, and then Jerry and Maldra, the giraffe, over there. Random names I've just made up. Definitely busier than we normally see around here, but it's a big fundraising event for the charities, so it's not the end of the world. Where are the mongoose?
I just spotted one running around.
Where? Oh yeah, it's over the back there.
There's only one.
Ooh.
There's two.
Yeah, there's only one there. You don't often see these guys awake through the day, do you? Where's the other one? Oh yeah, I don't know, he's down there. Oh, there he is, walking off. Is he outside? Oh yeah, there he is. Do you remember the, what's it? What did we do? Yeah, the experience. Do you remember that? Where what did we do? We got the bottles, didn't we? Got a big like bottle of Coke and it was full of mealworms. They stuck their big tongue. Wow, they stuck their big tongue in it. Look, there he goes. How cool are they? You never see them out in the day. That's so cool. Well, they're like a teenager. You never see them until they want food. Time for one of the kids shows to go on.
Now, what I need you to do is hold these two green balloons in front of you like this, a bit like a robot. Okay, so you put your...
Give me your best roar.
I'm still standing. Yeah, yeah, yeah. The shotgun underneath the hot sun, feeling like I'm someone.
Well, that's that for another bit of time. I've just dropped him off at his mum's. I'm absolutely broken. I hate this drive back north. Absolutely ruins me. God, I'm going to miss him. But I have to look at the positives because of you guys liking, subscribing, watching the videos. engaging with it, with the comments. It's you guys that have been able to make it so that I can afford to do that whole week with him. So I thank you. From the bottom of my heart, thank you. It's times like this where I'm extremely emotional but extremely exhausted at the same time, where my mind really starts to work overdrive. And I found myself drifting down the thought process of, what is my purpose? Why am I doing this? What am I hoping to benefit from this? Well, pure utter freedom was my goal. How do I get that? By doing everything that I enjoy doing without the need of doing anything else. So I really enjoy, one, making all these videos for you guys, two, trying to make that my full-time income so that I can keep using my efforts to make everybody else happy, which I really enjoy doing. But yet I can still go up into the mountains, have my own space, my own time, do things at my own pace, while still meeting a load of new friends in random scenarios. How can I do that? Well, my mind just triggered towards make better videos, which is what I'm hoping to do in this video. So if you are enjoying it, please like it, drop a random comment down in the description down below, and if you are new around it, I'd really appreciate it if you did subscribe. Let's hope and pray that I can really make this my full-time future, because that would be a dream come true. That night, I mean, that day, I'd driven from Somerset up to Norfolk. We'd spent a fair few hours at the zoo. I'd dropped him off. I was emotionally absolutely destroyed. So I managed to get about 3 hours driving north before I just couldn't drive no more. And that's the joy with a self-built campervan with the fixed bed. I was able to pull over into a lay-by that was slightly off the road, just climb into the back, pass out on the bed, and I fell asleep. But before I fell asleep, somebody just like dead aggressively drove in front of me as I pulled up. I thought he was like going to be like quite aggressive. Turns out he just wanted a picture with me. But his story was amazing. He owns do you know the Alaskan the Huskies that do the ski runs with the dogs and the trailer thing? He called them ski dogs. That was absolutely awesome. He showed me all the pictures and stuff, and then he was showing me pictures of his van, and I love meeting some of you guys whenever you see me out on the road. Good morning. It's the 4th of August. Danielle has come back from all of her adventures down in Cornwall with the kids. I'm just finishing a load of adventures here, and I'm heading north towards, I don't know, quite frankly. Next weekend I'm up Humberside because I've got a little mini festival. I think I'm starting to get the bug for festivals. Why not when the weather's good? It seems to be when I go to the Lake District it rains, when I go to a festival it's sunny. So I've booked another festival, I'm on the show field there. Anyway, I'm thinking I'm going to go see Danielle because I haven't seen her for around about a month now, and it'd just be nice to spend a night or two with her. However, I have a little dilemma, and I know the way Danielle's brain works. So since she last saw me, I've quit smoking, which was a massive thing for me personally. I'm well chuffed with myself. Still hard, but I'm there. I've stopped drinking energy drinks, so now I'm just naturally meh. And I've lost nearly a stone in weight. So it's all good. I want to go there and I'm like, wow, look what I've done. I've worked so hard and shit. I wanted to go, oh wow, that's great, and be like dead how, like, wow. But it won't work like that. She'll go, well, were you smoking and drinking energy drinks and doing all that because of me, were you? And I'm like, I don't want to upset her, so I'm just not going to tell her, and I'm just going to hope she doesn't notice. It's about 2 hours away. I ordered an awning and a sea rail to go on the side of the van. It's not really an awning, it's more like a sunshade. So I might stay there for a day or two with Danielle and get that fitted, and then go back off on my adventures. Now I got back and all of me stuff that I've ordered has arrived, it's there. But I'm kind of thinking at the minute there's a load of riots around the UK. So should we just escape? I was trying to convince her, come on, let's go away for a couple of nights in the van. We'll go up to the Lake District or Peak District. We'll go anywhere just away from like a city. And she wasn't having any of it. We ended up going to Moel Famu, which is a local hill, just for like a day hike. The wind was blowing, but there was no rain, so all was good. We ended up bringing Alfie, her son. She still hasn't noticed that I've stopped smoking and lost weight though. They decided they wanted to go geocaching. We come here for a walk up a hill and now we're geocaching. She upgraded our app thing, paid more money to go geocaching. That's why we're currently, look at it, in the middle of a random field. The cue for this one was writing on the rock. There's writing there, there's a pile of stones there. I think this is it. There we go, he's found it. We're around about the same sort of area where the next one is. What was the clue? In the heather and in the trees, it blows in the breeze or something random like that. It's down here somewhere, so I'm thinking near that gate. I'm walking up this little trail here. Alfie's on the other side of the fence and he found it this time. Look at him. Yay! It's time to get up to the summit. The places people hide this. Alfie's like right in the trees there and he's just found another one. We come back towards Danielle's, but on the way we had a pub meal in a local pub, which was absolutely fit. Then we went round to a local milkshake farm. You know, one of those dairy farms that's got a vending machine milkshake 24-hour thing? Nutrition, it was called, in Chester. Again, absolutely perfect. I got white chocolate and raspberry. It was fit. Got back to Danielle's. The next day I had to fit the awning on the side of the van. See the little black rail that runs all the way down now? Well, that basically attaches this little awning to the side of the van. It comes out with a couple of poles. It's only 35 quid for this little awning, and it's lightweight and it fits in a small little bag just like this, so I can take it anywhere. And on the plus side, because I've done it like this with a C-rail, it means when Danielle comes away with me, eventually if she decides to come away with me a little bit more and she wants to bring the kids, we can have the full awning, like a caravan awning on the side. I can't have the bog standard like Fiamma awning because I've got the rails for the solar panels up there. They block off that area. So like the brackets that hold the Fiamma awning to this van, they're like 270 quid just for that, and this awning only cost me 35 quid, but they sit in the actual roof rack rails on the van, whereas that's where I've got uni-strip that's holding my solar panel, so I can't go down that route. Plus I'm too tight-fisted to pay 270 odd quid for some brackets to hold up an 800 quid awning that I'm probably never going to use, or only ever use it in the summer when it's drizzling a little bit and I can stick it out. It's now time to get the van completely washed, sorted inside and out, fill up the water. We've got a delivery coming for this weekend. We've got another mini festival to come up to. I'm loving these, I am, meeting all new people and everything, but it's time to get this completely washed. The front end has come up really nicely actually. There's a few spots which I need to go back over again. I had a little repair down here yesterday with the touch-up pen. That's failed, so I just got to ignore that. But it's just a case of cleaning every inch of it. I don't even know if this festival do like show and shine sort of trophies and stuff, but I'm going for one if I can. Yeah. Just finished it and it started to rain. That's the first delivery arrived. I'll show you more about that when I get up there. But after clearing the van out just now, I'm realizing I really need to keep on top of my out-of-date food. That carrier bag is full. It's full of bread, it's full of gone-off milk, gone-off Greek yogurt. It's just full of, yeah. One thing I have become a little bit obsessed over is this sort of clay bar stuff. It's just this bar and you can put it on and it rubs all the dirt off the actual paintwork. And I've got this scuff here. I've had it for about, oh, I don't know, 4 or 5 months. So I've just thought, I wonder if it'll get that off. I wonder if it'll actually clean up that dodgy paint mark that I done the other day. This down here, well, that's naturally in the paint. When it stops working, you just mould it up. Here we go. See these little bugs? Well, they're not even bugs, it's like proper indented into the actual paintwork. And look, they're virtually gone already. There we go. Just keep working around. I am getting slightly too addicted to this sort of stuff. Yep, that'll have to do. Now you may be thinking, oh, he's going for another piss up at another festival. It's not that. This is business minded / under the affluence of alcohol again. You see, the vehicle's branded really, really well with Indy Van & Jones. So this is a business venture. Where else can I go where there's that many people all interested in exactly the same thing, where the van's going to be there to advertise itself and advertise me and my brand? That's the main purpose I've paid for the ticket. For the price of what, is it £58 to park on this show field all weekend, when there's going to be God knows how many different people and different camper vans. If I only get 10% of the people that were actually at this show to subscribe while I'm here, that's a win for me. Plus it's quite cool to actually meet up with people that already follow me. You can sort of get together, shake hands. I've got a ton of stickers I can give out to them. I've noticed everybody seems to like to sell their stickers. Oh, it's going to cost you £1. I'm not being funny, I've just paid £15 for 100 stickers, £22 for 200 stickers. Why are they selling stickers for £1 each? Or join my buy me a coffee and I'll send you a sticker. It's £5 to join and I'm going to send you a sticker that's cost me about 8p. No, this is just a business venture that I'm looking forward to, that's all it is. I didn't kind of expect them to stick the show vehicles in a corner away from absolutely everything where there's no foot traffic walking past you though. That was a bit of a bummer. I mean, you've got a few show vehicles down there. So a few more just past him. There's a few vans there, but nothing special. The Varios are just there. But everyone's walking down a path over there and through that way into the actual arena, so we're not actually getting any foot traffic down here. But let me quickly show you around the van and the sort of setup that we've got. I've got the Old Pro, that's the Olympus XL. That's the new chair that's just been delivered with the mat down there, just to try and keep people's feet clean if they come in and have a look. I've got it set up with some of the electrics hanging out. So we've got like the induction hob with the kettle, the air fryer, just to show people you can actually go full electric. I've got just everything all lying around. I've got the Highland Coup with the Highland Coup bedding. It's looking really nice. But it is absolutely nowhere near as busy as I was hoping it would be. So I've got to drum up some more interest somehow. I think I'm just going to go around the actual event stalls and stuff like that and just sort of get talking to people, give them a sticker, sort of make them aware of my presence, do a few social media videos to try and drum up some people to come around here. I don't know, it's smaller than I was expecting. Little did I know that a few of my friends actually turned up here. I didn't know they were going to be here, but they were here, and boy, they're bad influences on me. This is bizarre. It's a silent disco. It's a little bit too windy for the awning to be up. I put it up when I first got here, but it's a little bit too sort of blowing and rattling and stuff like that. I definitely see the benefits of an awning, but I don't think that's the right one for me. So I'm now looking at one of the actual pull-out awnings, because a few people that are parked up around here have got them and they're stable, whereas mine's like... So we'll see what happens there. But it's the last day here, so it's time to head to the northwest to pick up Danielle and Alfie, her son, and we're going off on an adventure, and we don't know where. I'm going to get back down there, check the weather, see where's got the best weather, and head off there. This is going to be the longest that both my partner and her son have stayed in the camper van with me, and boy did this take a twist. But a twist to make their whole experience a whole lot better. We've got little Alfie, we've got Danielle, 4 days, 3 nights, Northumberland 250. Wait, why have we ended up on the west coast of Scotland? I didn't expect a 250-mile road trip to last 750 miles though. Which, to be fair, at this point, we didn't even know what had happened anyway. Day one, we went to the Sycamore Gap up on Hadrian's Wall, somewhere we've always wanted to see, so we decided to go and have a look. It's a shame the tree's been cut down, but it is what it is. We went round to do the Kelder Forest Drive. That was absolutely awesome. Just like this. Just pulled over on the Forest Drive. It's a pretty cool road. You can probably see the rain is actually going sideways over there. You probably can't see it actually. We just pulled over at the Blake Hope Nick. Check this out. Yeah, I'm stood behind the van because the wind's going that way, and you can actually hear me now. But if we run up there, let's show you exactly what it's like. That's where we are. Blake Hope Nick, 457 meters above sea level, and it's just whoosh. Look at that. That's quite cool actually, isn't it? I don't know anything about it. Danielle's reading the form paperwork stuff that's all about it, but it's a lovely little view out the other side, isn't it? And then tonight's park up is quite popular. Straight out to that. It was one of those park for night finds that I managed to just sort of quickly run through. It had 5-star reviews. All the reviews were quite good. It's a trout fishery that's daytime only, but they charge you £10 a night to park there. Little did I know, later on in this video, park for night comes back to bite me hard. It's not going to be a bad view to wake up to, is it? And we've got some chicken on the go. Oh, that one. Look at the chicken. Loads of chicken for some chicken wraps. We've got donuts going in for dessert. I've only got 2, so that's mine and Danielle's. Hopefully we can go out and dig some worms or something. Maybe not. Dinner was quite cool, to be fair. And basically, as you can tell by my face, the sun's just come out for a sunset, so we've come for a little plod. Just look at how nice that is. That's breakfast, all done and dusted. We've got some doors open, try and demist the windows while we enjoy the sun. Swivel seats all done, but today's the day we're waiting for, the beach day. The drive down to the beach should have took around about an hour or so, until I saw something that kind of made me think, am I going to fit through that? I really wasn't sure. This is narrow and low. Listen for the bang. Oh, that was lucky. It's not a bad little park up right next to the beach. I'm sort of put to shame by that one and a few others down there. I think we're in a little village called Beadnell. And down and had a look at the lime kilns. We saw this on the little map book that we got for the Northumberland 250, so we thought, we're here, we may as well have a look. So it's expected to produce cartloads of lime each year. It's quite cool, actually. Straight down the harbour wall. Look at how cool that is. All the rocky sort of fossil beaches that side. Big sandy beach over that side. Now we got back to the van and we checked the map book that we had for the Northumberland 250. We also cross-referenced that with Google Maps, and the one thing that stood out the most to me was Holy Island. It's been on my bucket list for 10 or 15 years now, and now I've got the chance to do it. We checked the tide times and we thought, oh, it's perfect, we can get there now. It's a little road that's you can only really access at low tide. When the tides drop low enough, the road is accessible, so let's go. We had loads of other things before that we wanted to do, but while it's accessible on Holy Island, we'll go and do that, and the plan was to come back down and do the others. Although it does look major busy with like a full-on queue going over there, but you can see the sea each side, so at high tide the road just floods out. Danger! Do not proceed when the water reaches the causeway. So that's why there's big loops here, then you can turn around. So we're going over, it's going to be dead slippy, this is. Me with my 3.5 ton van that's front wheel drive with big knobbly all-terrain tyres, which are known to not be very good in the wet. Here we go. So this literally all floods out. Parked up in the car park and decided, you know what, I'll have a bit of munch before we actually go off exploring. It's so much fun just sitting here people watching. Am I the only one that does that? Just like really enjoys people watching, see how people do things, and just general watching people try and park. It's definitely a little bit busy today. I really wasn't going to let the crowds bother me. We decided to look at where there wasn't that many people and go there first. The Priory was the first place, and then we saw something walking around the back of the actual Priory. It's kind of cool. But what's this? It's like, is it a thermometer? Oh, it's a storm checker. A storm barometer. What's this? I don't understand how to read it, but it's there. And what's this one down here? Oh, that's the temperature. That's quite cool, that is. I'm going to go for a walk now and just see what's what. They got the castle just the other side of that building. The big swarms of people walking down there. And it's actually really, really nice. The weather makes this, though. Check out that. Oh, the sea fishing boats out there. It's like proper tropical, but like medieval tropical, with the castle, the old sea fishing boats. I guess you can call this how to explore Holy Island in 2 hours. We only paid for 2 to 3 hours worth of parking. We went up into the lookout next, and you could look a full 360 degrees around, fully glassed. God, it was hot up there, but everything looked good. And then I saw this down there. Oh, I wonder what that is. We decided to go for a walk down the harbour. I bet there's a lovely view of the castle from the end. Cracking little sandy beach just there. We sat down at the end of the pier just watching the world go by while I was on park for night, and I found a mental park up. And tonight's park up, if we can get in there, is going to be absolutely mental. It was time to get up, go for a little walk down to the castle and around the castle area. It's the only part of the island we've not explored just yet. So we headed over around the back of the harbour, saw a few sculptures, found the lovely little castle gardens, then round to the actual castle. The views around there were absolutely stunning, and the castle was just as nice. And we're back. It's time to head off to tonight's park up, solely because we think there's a lot to do around that park up. On park for night, I found a couple of sea view spots. There was one after the other, so we knew we'd get into one of them if we got there early enough. So that's where we headed first. It was around Bamburgh area, just so that we could go into the village, really start exploring the village, the castle that's there, the beaches, and just have a cracking night. However, it didn't go like that. This has been a load of cop. So we had 4 little park ups up the rounds. On park for night, they work absolutely perfectly. You go up there, now got height restrictions and they've put bollards sideways to stop us parking sideways. Come down to the castle, you've got a cool castle up there, Bamburgh Castle. You've got to use the app, you can pay to park the night. We tried all that, wouldn't let us do that solely because apparently there's only 5 bays here, they only allow 5 to park the night. But guess what? There's about 12 spaces. So we can't pay to park for the night here. We were more than happy to, but only 5 are allowed to stay here for the night. So they stop everyone parking up the road, but yeah, won't let us park down here anyway. Just park for a bit and we'll go off round and try and see what's around. There's a few things we wanted to do in this town, so it's not the end of the world. It is quite a grand looking castle, but I'm not too sure clocks were invented back when this was built. I bet they didn't have to worry about planning permission and building foundations. Bamburgh was the perfect option for us. On the map, it looked like quite a big sort of village. We knew there's going to be somewhere to get like a fish and chips. Alfie was craving fish and chips. By the seaside, you think, yeah, great. We went for a look around. I have never in my life seen a town completely populated with pubs. There was about 7 or 8 pubs, a castle and a playing fields and the beach. That was it. But all the park ups around that area were similar. We didn't want a park up that was sort of on the side of a road in a lay-by somewhere a bit sketchy, just solely because we had Alfie, he's autistic. We do not want to get that knock on the door. So I started having a look around, and at this point I'm like, all the beaches are the same. We can't get parking on any of the beaches. Nothing's available. Shall we just go to Scotland? I'll never forget that little look on Alfie's face when he went, Scotland? The first stop had to be the Welcome to Scotland sign so Alfie could have a picture and send it back to his nan. Got to be careful, right next to the A1, but where do we put the sticker? Oh, I've got to get it the right way up. Right. Do I just stick? Yeah, I'm just going to stick it down here. There we go. Everyone can see it now. Just there. They all want a picture, so get it. If I tell you, this was our view tonight. Camper van, parked up nicely. Oof. Yeah. We were quite annoyed earlier that there was no like spots in Bamburgh and they've made it really hard for us, and now we're just like, nah, kind of happy. Yeah, we're happy now. Apparently it's only like a 15-minute walk to get down into the harbour. We're going to go down into town and just sort of check out the harbour and stuff. Apparently there's loads of deer on this farm, on this golf course farm. Why did I say farm? Golf club. Yeah, this is quite cool to be fair. So the harbour comes in over there, you've got the big ships tucked up round there. Whole river estuary sort of thing here with loads of boats and stuff. It's quite cool. I mean, look at that funky one just over there. Yeah, I kind of like this one. Okay, Steven Seagal's noisy. Okay, we never really expected to see this or stumble across this. Look at the size of his head. That is insane. Another one popped up just over the bay as well. I never in my wildest dreams expected to see seals in Eyemouth in Scotland. Oh, I wish you could have seen Alfie and Danielle's faces. They lit up. It was amazing. How cool was that? Sun setting over the beach. Check this out. How nice is that? That's just, woo. Look at him just there. Just sat there underneath the water. Oh. Look at him. That is so cool. He's literally just under the water. Oh, wow. We say Danielle's calling him. She's tapping her nails. Oh, look. There he is. Look how clear that water is. It's just, he's just sat there staring straight at us. We literally just can't escape the seals. There he is again. That's the big one with the big head. Plus that one we were just watching back there. We're walking up the hill back to the van, and you can still see him just there. What an absolutely beautiful little golden gem of a find this is. We got back to the van that night, and while Alfie was unwinding, me and Danielle were sat there thinking about what could we do tomorrow. It seems like the Northumberland side of things is out the question now. It's further south, it's going around. But we had a look and decided, you know what? There's better things to do in Scotland than there is going back down into Northumberland. And I reeled off a few ideas. I said we could go up to Falkirk, we could go up to Glen, we could go up to the Glen ski resort. She really wanted to do Balmoral. We could do that. The options are endless, and I don't mind driving that extra bit more if we need to. Alfie turned up and said, I've never been to Edinburgh. Let's go to Edinburgh. It's only an hour up the road. So we've come here. They both just want to do a few little touristy things. So Holyrood House, the Royal Mile, the castle. And I thought, great, that's just a mile walk. But I haven't yet told them that that mile walk is uphill. First up, Holyrood House. Yeah, they're just like, oh my god, look how grand that is. I like the dude stood at the top going, yeah, I'm the king. Started to walk up the Royal Mile until Alfie spotted, or actually heard, what Scotland's famous for. Continued up the Royal Mile up towards St Giles Cathedral. The Edinburgh Fringe was on, so it was a little bit busier than normal. Various parts of the mile were closed off to vehicles, so it was all touristy. Then it was swing a quick left across to Victoria Street. This is something Danielle wanted to do on her bucket list. It's apparently where J.K. Rowling had taken all her inspiration for Diagon Alley in the Harry Potters. I'm not too sure. Wasn't long before we reached the top of the Royal Mile up towards the castle. They're starting to set up for the tattoo, so it's not full of, it's not what it normally looks like anyway. Quick walk back into Edinburgh so that Alfie can get an iron brew with his Mackies, and then it was time for a quick drive over to Falkirk. Cracking little time in Edinburgh, but Alfie was a bit bored. We've come down to the Helix. That's these things here, the Kelpies. How cool are they? I must have driven past these a million times on the motorway, never actually stayed. But look. They're quite cool. They're cool little baby ones in front of the big ones. I don't know what he's doing, but it's cool. And there's a blue sky. Well, there is over there. If you look over there, it's not so blue. If you're on the Instagram, she's dealing with the Instagram. Oh yeah, pose for me. They are absolutely massive. That one looks like he's singing an Elvis song, and that one's like, oh my god, you're embarrassing me. I think he needs some dental work doing. He's got a few holes in his teeth. While we're in Falkirk, there's another thing on my bucket list that I really wanted to tick off. The Falkirk wheel. If you've never seen this before, I'll quickly explain it. It's like a canal lock. The canal comes in from the top and it does a full 180-degree turn from the river at the bottom. So you can lock it from the top to the bottom easy enough. Look at this. All the tourists on the bridge up there are filming people using the actual lock. You can see the boat down there. They're all filming it like, oh my god. But then again, they probably never have seen that before. So what they do here, they've got a few they've got a tour boat just over there with all these tourists about to go on it. That tour boat's then going to come out and go into the bottom just there. At the same time, a tour boat is going to come along, and you can use this on normal boats as well. And the whole thing does a twist in the air, and the bottom boat ends up on the top. It's such a massive feat of engineering, all the cog work and stuff like that. And yet it's cheaper to park here than what it is to park a couple of horses down the road. There you go. You've got the bottom boat about to go into the bottom, and up there you've got the top boat about to go into the top of it. And then as it starts turning, the actual canal bed in there stays extremely level with the rotational things underneath. So as that one comes up, it stays level. As that one goes down, it stays level. There you go. I'll fast forward this bit just so you get a general gist of how it's working. It's fascinating, isn't it? What a cracking little site that we're on right now. Literally, there's what, 3 or 4 caravans that side. There's a couple over that side, just a small little thing, £20 a night. It's got showers, it's got everything we need, plus it's got that amazing view just in front of us. I guess we've kind of got to thank who commented this one? We stuck a video up on TikTok and Instagram and stuff and said we're looking for some site around this area. Somebody mentioned it. All the others were full or crazily sort of kids summer holiday overpriced. And it was an Instagram follower. Someone commented on Instagram. I'm going to have to check his name out, or her name, or the commenter's name, and just sort of see what he said, because this was Robert William Rankin. Thank you for this one. He commented this one, and just sort of, we had a quick look. I thought, phoned him up. Yeah, okay, 20 quid a night, come in. Like, banging, that'll do perfect. And we ran straight into a gorgeous sun, looking over the Isle of Craig and the Isle of Arran. This is awesome little site. This is like proper little gem. What's it called? We still don't even know what it's called. Thomaston Farm. Now, on the road, you can't even see that there's a sign that says go this way. It's a Caravan and Camping Club certified one, but it's not a Caravan and Camping Club campsite. It's just really, really cool. Nice and quiet. And why is Alfie laughing at me filming myself? And that is one good thing with the induction hob. You can see we've got a bit of wind coming in, but we haven't got a flame that it's flapping around. It's just straight on the pat, straight on the heat. Works straight away. We've got the air fryer going and the induction hob tonight. What an absolute beauty of a view. Just check it out. Isle of Craig over there, Arran all in the distance over there. It's just absolutely breathtaking. Got a bit of chicken, some pasta with some cheese on. Yum, 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 yum. Just look at that. Does anything get better than that? And that's the reason we decided to put a bench seat in the camper van. Oh, she's hiding. But check out this. Look at that for a sunset. Setting over the Isle of Arran with a beautiful sunset. Tomorrow's going to be an epic day. Good morning from the two famous grouse. After leaving the campsite this morning, after breakfast and everything, first stop was 15 minutes north driving. So back on the way we came yesterday to the Coo Shed. It's basically a milkshake farm slash cake vending machine. But last time we were here, I fell in love with the carrot cake. Nothing's compared since then. We need to get more. It's a great way to celebrate my 100th day living on the road without a job. Where is it? There it is. There it is. There it is. There. And there, oh, and there, they've got 4 rows of carrot cake. I'm having 2 of them. Here it comes, here it comes, here it comes. Oh, there, which one? That one. Oh, look, here it comes. That was the biggest one, so I had to have that one. Here we go. Whoosh. Yeah. Look, would I be fat if I got 2? Yeah. Yeah? Okay, I'll have 2. Here comes the next one. Here comes the next one. Yeah. Now it's the milkshake. Whoa. So these have got the syrup in already, so you buy your bottle with the syrup in and you put it into one of these to make your milk go into it to make milkshake. There's too much choice. I mean, you've got Biscoff, white chocolate, Nutella, chocolate fudge brownie, banana, milk chocolate, there's loads, caramel. Oh, iron brew. They've got candles that smells like coo farts. Some sweets, some fancy mugs, teddies, cappuccino, popcorn and cola flavoured milkshake. What? Oh, look at that. Yeah, I'm a happy boy. I spend far too much money. £2 air freshener. That can go with the collection. Now today's the day we're heading back down. These have got work and school and stuff like that, so we've got to get them back down, but we're taking it the long road. Last time me and Danielle did the southwest coast Scotland 300-mile road trip, which we actually turned into 400 miles. The video is going to be linked in the description. We missed out Porth Patrick because we thought, do you know what, it doesn't look like there's a lot there, it's not our thing. And then when we got back and uploaded the video, I was like, oh my god, you didn't go to Porth Patrick, it's beautiful. So we're going to Porth Patrick. We're going to Porth Patrick today. It's a nice long scenic drive all the way down the sea with the Isle of Arran and the Isle of Corgarff to our right. It's beautiful. Let's see what Porth Patrick is all about. First of all, there's a load of steps up there. Got the sea just over there. It's a big rocky beach. It looks like volcanic rock, to be fair. You've got the Isle of Man over in the distance. I think that's the Isle of Man anyway. You've got my advertising ride just there, and you've got the Alfie just there. Over this way, sort of like the harbour. Big volcanic rock structure with the flag up there. Little lighthouse just over there. That's actually really nice. It's like little and quaint and stuff. Look at how cool that is. Yeah, okay, the comments were right. It is a cute little town. Ooh, now this is very photogenic, isn't it? Ooh, how nice is that? I have no idea what that was for, but I think it used to kind of link up to the drain that's coming out. I don't know. Either way, it's quite cool. Let's go check out the lifeboat. You can definitely tell by looking at the sea, it's so easy out there to get stuck on or get into trouble out there. It's just so choppy and it's actually calm. Let's go climb up to the flag. I bet there is an easier way of doing it, but let's have a little go. Yes, whoosh. God, I am the god of climbing beach rocks. You watch me slip now. Whoosh, whoosh. Oh yeah, there's an actual footpath. That was typical, isn't it? Oh, how do we get up there? I'm gonna scramble it. All right. Whoosh, whoosh. Yes, there we are with the big anchor. Look at that for a view. Ah, oh, yes. Next stop on the tour, we'll come to see some Highland coos. Obviously, she's addicted to them, so we'll let her look. Let's just staring at her like, what's what? Hello, chicky nuggets. Some more up on the field just there, and a few more just over there. It's funny how just a simple Northumberland 250 road trip can turn into a, I'm going to say, a once-in-a-lifetime experience. We never expected to come to Scotland, and it was absolutely breathtaking, ticking off loads of things off everybody's bucket list. And Alfie and Danielle absolutely loved it. So it's now time to drop them back off at home and for me to carry on my travels. If you're new around here, please subscribe. Thanks ever so much, guys.